The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Getting old, we just don't realize it.
Yo, what up, everybody? We are live. I'm letting everybody see behind the scenes a little bit here. We got to change this up. There we go, fixing it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday night. Last Wednesday, had to pull the plug on the show for the first time on Beyond Wednesday's channel. That was interesting. Tooth issues had me going crazy, absolutely nuts, but don't worry, we're back. We got the crew back with us. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. We've got Bowman Baseball release day, which is excellent. My favorite day of the year. What else do we got? We've got Star Wars comics that everybody's going crazy for, and a lot of other fun stuff to talk about. Market report, got a little bit of market report data, and new books came out today. We're going to talk about some of the new books that are out that I think people aren't talking about. At least they should be talking about, in our opinions. So let's get into it. Make sure everything is working correctly. It should be. I don't know why the chat boxes aren't working. We're going to figure those out too. But that being said, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Hanging in there.
Chilling?
Chilling on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Did you guys go to the new comic book, pick up any new books today? I doubt it.
Store's too far.
Yeah,
I have not.
I did. I mean, I pre-ordered the 1 in 25, and then I don't remember how many open to orders I ordered for Strange Academy. But I think I just got cover A because of Doyle and all the fire and all that stuff. But I grabbed that 2 copies of the second print of Scarlet Witch 3, which has everybody's looking at Scythia, but the character I'm looking at is the heroine Marge. She's on the cover for the first time for the second print, and I went to 2 LCSs today, and nobody had any of them. So, and then a couple online retailers were sold out, including the biggest one.
For which book on the Scarlet Witch one?
Scarlet Witch 3 second print.
Oh,
first
second print.
appearance, first cover of March.
Yeah.
And then I got all the Star Wars. I got all the Star Wars books.
Nice.
Except I didn't get the Del Auto. What was that? A 1 in 50 or 1 in 100 or whatever for the main title, the Marvel.
The black, white, and red.
Yeah, but I got all the other ones.
I think it's the Del Auto is a 1 in 100.
Oh wow, okay, maybe I should have got it because it was only $60.
Oh wow.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
I thought it was a 1 in 50 the whole time. That's why I kind of just walked away.
Everybody's going crazy over that High Republic book right now. From what I understand, people are tripping out about that. I've been wanting to get Drunken Wookiee on the show for a while now. I've been talking to him, and I think he's gonna come on. We just got to figure out a date. This would have been a perfect week to get him on to talk about this book. But I really like his website. If you guys haven't seen his website, check it out, drunkenwookie.com. And he did a little thing about this a couple weeks ago. Or when was it? Not a couple weeks ago. Yeah, the 20th. So a couple days ago, where he talked about, does this book look like it's going to be something, worth picking up? I guess I'll say. Hold on, let me fix this so you guys can come into the Matrix. Let's get you guys into the Matrix. share and hide. All right, there we go. All right. So this is the book that I guess everybody's tripping about. And new characters, lots of new characters in there. You get a character that was already introduced in one of the novels, it looks like. That being that Jedi Knight character, Aslan Rel. And then a new Jedi, I guess, that Master Zin. I'm not reading this. I've completely dropped out of High Republic, which is sad. I just did not like it, and I can't get into it. But I know everybody's going crazy for it because, not only does it have those 2 new first appearances, it's got like 5 first appearances in it, right? You got first appearance of Rel, of Zin. You got a first appearance of another Jedi Master, Barnabas Vim, a new Jedi Padawan, Vix Phonic, and first mention of a new Darth, a new Sith Lord, Darth Ravi. So there it is.
Nice.
That's the book that everybody's going crazy about. This one's interesting, the concept art variant. What's up with this? Was this out on the shelves too?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I didn't
well,
see
yeah.
that. This book was gone by the
It
time
says,
I got there.
says one shot, so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
that's a good point.
I mean, he's got a green saber. I mean, he's old as shit. All right.
So is this a continuation of that story from the IDW run? Because I know Dark Horse was going to take over that.
That's a great question. I don't know. I haven't been reading it. It says here, on the ancient world of Angkord, the Force works in unforeseen ways. When legendary Jedi Knight Barnabas Vim and his intrepid Padawan Bly arrive on this mysterious world seeking an ancient artifact of the Force, they quickly find more than they are bargaining for. But just what is the mysterious Echo Stone, and what does its existence mean for the continued survival of all those who call Angkord home? So there are variants. This one's limited to 1,500. It looks like.
Yeah, there was we did have a bunch of people talking about nobody ordered enough, or that they wish they would order more of the TFOS shit.
Yeah.
Earlier.
So this is there's a preview of it. Let's see here. Here's all the ratios on TFA. Nope, that's not them. I don't care about those. So anyways, that's the book that everybody's going crazy for. But
navigating TFOS sucks.
But I'll be honest. That's not my favorite Star Wars book of the week. My favorite Star Wars book of the week is by far the Kari Andrews Vader cover. That is
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That is amazing. That is so good. And I get it. It's a story versus a cover appearance or a cover, I've become that cover buy guy that everybody hates. I've become that. But there's a lot of different covers. There's the Art Adams one, which is interesting. If they would have made his eye yellow.
I like that.
If they would have made his eyes yellow, game over, dude.
Yeah, but they probably wanted to keep it in that black, white, and red theme.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they, sort of.
Well, I heard there was a first appearance in this book as well.
That's a pretty dope cover right there.
They're probably saving the Art Adams for a second print money grab and
Yeah.
put a yellow eye on it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There you go. Dude, call him right now. Come on, Bryan.
Here's the Delato. There's another Kari Andrews one, too. This one right here is another Kari Andrews variant. So,
but there's also a ton of story variants for this as well.
Oh yeah, man. This one's terrible. The Peach Momoko is bad. God, that's
horrible. Bad Peach.
Yeah.
Bad Momoko.
Yeah.
Bad Momoko.
And then this is the Tyler Kirkham, and this is getting old. It's getting old, man. The battle damaged stance thing. It's tiresome. I'm tired of it. I'm getting that way with a lot of things, man, and I hate to say that I'm that way with that Kirkham now. Nakayama's getting close. There's only one guy that still does the same type of cover over and over that I haven't gotten tired of yet, and that's Scott. There's two. Scotty Young and John Tyler Christopher can still pull it off. But for the most part, like, After you do like 5 of the same cover, design, it needs to stop. That's my thoughts, but I don't know.
Can you guys? So apparently this thing still sells, and I got it with like posters or whatever. But there were supposedly first appearances in this thing. It's a trade because it was a web comic, and they barely printed it. So I've had it with people telling me I've had it for a web comic collection. I've had this. I see somebody's off asking no posters 200. I didn't check sold. I just clicked it on eBay like that. So I don't remember where I put the posters. They're around here somewhere. But you can grade these things. But anybody remember? There's supposedly first appearances in this thing. I don't know. I listened to our Star Wars friends. There's just no way. I watched the TV shows, just to be honest with you, and all the movies. And I'm far from the guy that's going to be your Star Wars expert. But I'll religiously watch the shows. I'll randomly put on. I put on a Star Wars movie today just because I just don't read it really. So I don't know. I just listen to people. I don't remember what that was.
Is that the trade paperback?
Yeah, I think it only came in.
Did you get it at Flipside? Did you get it when we were at Flipside? For
yeah, for sure. It's probably a year or 2 years ago I bought this thing.
Is that the original, like Ahsoka or Cad Bane?
No,
I thought I heard Topher talking about it.
Something like that. That's what I was saying. If you guys remembered, I don't know. It's not that big a deal.
So is this a trade of the Clone Wars?
Cad Bane, Wilbert says.
IDW?
That's print to order. You can get a new one for $250. That is okay. I'll have to take your word for it. A new one for $250. Yeah, all right.
Those are print to order.
I had no idea, but it was off it was Kev's Collectibles. I don't remember what website it was, but I had paid like, honestly, I want to say $30.
I think the print to order one was the hardcover of Clone Wars 1. That one was the print to order one, not the one that Leg had.
The Dark Horse one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
It's the web comic. I don't know. I don't want to take it out of the bag because I know it's glossy trade. I can tell. So I don't want to fingerprint it right now because it's actually worth something in Star Wars, and it's just a thick trade. So you don't have to send it under a magazine or anything like that. You can grade it. So
yeah,
it's my only one. So I probably should, but
well, the biggest book of the week is a book that I feel stupid even talking about because Richie hit me up one time and said, "Hey, you need to put in an order for those books," and I guess I told him, "Yeah, I'll do it." And I was so out of it, I must have just spaced on it. And he called me the other day. He's like, "Hey, did you put in an order for those books?" I go, "What books?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, this book is selling for a grip." That being the what up, Hood? That being the Scotty Young Strange Academy #6, 1 in 25 variant. And it's badass. I love it. Everybody's tripping out on why it's so expensive and how come they made it into a 1 in 25. It should have been just a B cover. I don't care what it is. It's still awesome. And I'll be honest, I'm glad it's a 1 in 25. They should make the best covers.
Yep.
1 in 25s, in my opinion. Make them collectible. Right?
You remember that Scotty Young scooter,
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Rider scooter one? That should have been an incentive.
Yep. Like the best covers that people do should be incentives, in my opinion. And here's why I say that. If you just want to get it to read it, you don't care about the cover, right? All you really care about is what's inside. The people that care about the cover, they buy it for cover only, and they collect too. And I think you have to continue to make the collecting part, important. So, I'm glad they did it. It's badass. What's it selling for right now?
There's an auction right now that still hasn't ended. It's got a day or so, I don't know, and it's at 122 plus shipping.
Jesus.
Multiple sales from before, like the day before release. Can't really tell until like the weekend, right? So because of the pre-order prices, FOC prices, but and I saw multiple orders from $79.99 and then release day. I saw them all the way up to 100, and then 99, 100, 89, 110. And then I saw 2 auctions. One that was at 100 and it's going through the weekend, and another one that's 122 already. And I think it has a day or two left.
Yeah, it's definitely not Scotty's book, is it? I mean, I know he's writing it and that type of stuff, but Marvel should still be picking like the best covers and putting it on there. But it is Scotty's book. You're right. He's writing it. So
Yeah, he created Strange Academy. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
yeah,
He does the. I'm pretty sure he does the panel sketching too, and the panel work in this issue is fucking insane. And Doyle Dormammu just fucked shit up. Excuse my language. And yeah, I won't spoil it for you guys, but it's definitely key.
yeah. I love that
Yeah,
character.
I think he's their highest paid talent in Marvel, and only consistent paid for all that stuff, and only contract guy that one of the only contract guys they have. Period.
Yeah.
So he's actually big shit over there. He's not just a baby cover motherfucker. that dude's a legit badass.
Yeah.
Especially 2 a.m. with a cocktail. Put you to bed, then go out, draw your ass in the morning.
There was a couple other interesting books, but another one that I want to talk about that was probably my favorite book of the week. And this, other than this book, that I wish I would have picked up that Scotty Young book big time. But this is a book that I think a lot of people aren't talking about, and I love this cover, man. Let me show it to you. I gotta find it. The Turtles books right now have some killer covers. And look at this cover B. This is an Eastman cover. That is fucking sick, dude. That is a great cover.
You probably didn't get to see it before FOC.
Yep.
See, like 1 out of every 6 are really good, right? Eastman
Yeah.
covers.
I'm not a fan of Eastman. I just the design on this, these characters seem they're drawn well, and just the whole design of the cover is great. And I'm seriously not an Eastman fan, but this is awesome. So there's all the covers for this issue for the 139 are great. This is the 1 in 10 right here.
Did this get delayed or something? I went.
That's
yeah,
funny.
that is solid because I went
I want
everywhere and nobody got them in stock today unless they sold out like a day before.
Well, I don't know, man. Here's the regular cover. Dude, check out some of the covers they have coming up. So that one's great. This is what they got coming up. This is the next regular cover. Here is the cover B. And then here's the incentive. But check this one out right here, dude. That's dope.
Why are they fucking with Raph?
I don't know. There's that, and then there's this cover right here. But there is a variant, I think, on this one. Is it this one? That one's pretty dope. We talked about that a few weeks ago. There's a variant that I was looking at the other day that looks pretty good too. But yeah, man, these turtle covers look great. The art looks great. I heard the story is pretty good. So I'd be interested to take a look at it.
Did,
Is that Eastman? Is that Eastman? Bro?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Did Raphael's prisoner number, did they have like the date of when the like issue 1 came out? Because I saw it ended in like 1984.
Let's take a look. Maybe his born date. 05/05/1984.
Was that the release date for
Probably.
issue 1?
Probably. I didn't know the turtles were 6 foot tall. There you go. They don't show the Eastman cover.
He didn't draw it yet.
Yeah, exactly. There's a sketch ratio for the mugshot too. Yeah, that's cool, man. So those are some of the new books out this week that people are talking about. So there are other interesting things this week. Did you guys? I forgot to talk about this when we were talking about the Star Wars book. Everybody's tripping out about the Thrawn stuff, right? And Bleeding Cool wrote this article. Now, I don't know if this is true, but Bleeding Cool wrote the article, and this is, listen to what they state. Marvel reprints 2018 Star Wars Thrawn after eBay sales top $3,000. So that says here, Marvel Comics eventually published a Star Wars Thrawn series back in 2018 after Star Wars Celebration showed the first live-action version of the character in an upcoming Ahsoka series for Disney+. Back issue sales for his first comic book appearance boomed. A CGC 9.8 of the 1 in 50 variant sold for over $3,000, while a 1 in 10 sold for over $300, and a standard cover in the same grade sold for over $200, while raw copies sold for $50 and up. A trade paperback collection of the series has also been selling on eBay for $80 in recent days. Copies on Amazon are listed on for $100 each, and now Marvel Comics has decided that 5 years later, the collection might deserve a new printing for August, alongside a broadcast of Ahsoka TV show for $18. So this is what's coming out. But do you think Marvel really did that because they were selling for a ton on eBay? Get the fuck out of here. They don't look at what's selling on eBay. They did this because Thrawn's getting ready to be in an Ahsoka TV show. Yeah. It's not because of what the comic sold for on eBay.
Same as what they, well, I don't know if that's the same. It wasn't about the money, but like, you know, at the end of the Flash trailer, it shows a picture of Flash 1 New 52, Flashpoint, and I forget, a third Flash comic book at the very end. You know, go to marvel.com/ or Marvel, go to, I don't know, dc.com/flash, whatever, something like that to see where it all began. And like, we've all known it's Flashpoint for a long time, but you know, they're going to use the same stuff from the New 52, a lot of the source material, you know, they want to draw you the comics. I thought that was cool just for the comic community, just to like, you know, like give a nod, like, hey dude, this is a comic book. Fucking don't forget that these are stories. So yeah.
That's interesting, man.
So hopefully same thing. No, but wait, who wrote the article though? No, because I really know Marvel doesn't give a flying fuck about what sells for $3,000.
Probably Rich. Yeah, Rich.
Mine sold for $3,000.
This is Bleeding Stool.
Yeah.
I sold my Thrawn for $3,200
a
year and a half ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the first time.
Yeah.
Remember when comics used to be worth more like a year ago?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't wait for your answer.
Oh, dude, that's funny, man.
I don't know if I wish I would have kept it or not. I liked it, but oh well.
Dude, no.
I know, man. I know. Don't start.
You're good.
Well,
you clearly just made $200 more than since after like he was mentioned. You know.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before the show and the backstage about how crazy prices are and just how great everything was during the pandemic for comic books. And I got to be honest with you, Hood, I wouldn't feel bad about selling any book during that time period. I would feel, dude, I thought that I might go down as regret for selling my Ovechkin rookie. And then, dude, I look, that card will never sell for that again. Even when he breaks the record, I don't think that record will be broken just because of what was going on. People were just throwing money at stuff.
Yeah.
So
it'll happen again, dude. We just don't know when, but there'll be investors again jumping on it and creating a hysteria. That's what happened. You know, some investors were throwing down big time money on big time keys, and that's what just drove this market. It was done. It's like the stock market, man. You know, someone throws down 100,000 on a 9.8 giant size X-Men, and then everybody, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it'll happen again because it's a good investment, man. You know. Well, you know, your strong keys; those are good investments.
One of everybody's favorite comic book cover stars, Power Girl's getting a new series.
Oh, great.
Yeah. In September, new Power Girl series will be launched by DC. Let's take a look at some of the cover art that they got going. Interesting.
I like that.
This is, I guess there's that new Fire and Ice characters, or those characters are coming back, so they're going to be pushing that.
Pretty cool.
There's your boy Nakayama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one's really cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not. It's almost Alex.
Yeah, it
Somebody
looks
put
like
a
Alex
filter
Ross,
over an
right?
Alex Ross. Yeah, but Alex Ross with like a soft Instagram filter. Right?
That one's
Because
okay.
there's like
yeah.
her thighs are a little thick or something.
There you go. There's
There's
your
our
art
germ.
germ.
Anime germ, as I refer to him now.
Oh, yeah.
What's she doing to that polar bear? What is that a Yeti?
That's a Yeti.
Come on, lady. Dude, where's that thumb, dude? Come on. What's going on, man?
He's got a.
I want somebody to take Sean's head and put it up here.
She's knee deep in she's knee deep in foot.
Oh,
man.
bro, come
Yeah.
on. Jeez, Power Girl.
Look at that one.
It's good. There's already too many for me.
Yeah, I know. Look at all these freaking covers. So that's coming. Be on the lookout for that. There's Amanda Carmer, David Nakayama, Tula Lote, Taj Tenfold. Yeah. Be on the lookout for that. There's another series coming from Marvel. You guys see this. This is the new What If series that Marvel's doing. What If Dark. And What If Dark Loki. So they did like these dark, like if bad things happened. What if Spider-Gwen, if Spider-Gwen lived and Spider-Man died? This one looks kind of cool. What if Ben Grimm?
The Thing was Venom?
Yeah, because it makes sense, right? It makes sense, doesn't it? Didn't it come back with them?
With
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Didn't think of that.
Like,
I guess.
yeah, that makes more sense than.
This one is the interesting one though, because this one has a new character. I think, unless I'm wrong, I could be way off. I'm so been out of comics, reading comics the last year, admittedly, which is bad. I get it, but it says, "What if Moon Knight did not survive his battle with Bushmen? When Khonshu's avatar is slain, a different god empowers their own surprising new champion. From the darkness emerges a new force to light the way, Luminary. But will her quest for revenge against Moon Knight's killer result in her own downfall?" So that's the new. I've never heard of that character, Luminary. So
I haven't.
I don't know if it's going to be some character that we already know, that turns into this Luminary character, but this just seemed kind of interesting because this is it's going to be a first appearance and she's on the cover.
I got a what if. What if Marvel kept the Russo brothers?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep, I don't blame you. So that's coming out. I think these are really. Okay. Let's get into some. This is interesting for all you card guys. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Did you guys hear about this?
Yep.
Monopoly Prism. People are going crazy for these, you guys.
I've been up at 7 a.m. waiting in a line over the last since Bryan mentioned to me last week, every day to run to the freaking toy section to catch. The space is there, and the sticker just got there, but they haven't got to the West Coast, at least in my area yet.
Yeah, they're all over. They're all over East Coast, at least I'm thinking. But
so it is a self-contained game. I don't get it.
It's Monopoly, but you play with Prism cards and stuff. It says Monopoly Prism allows players to collect, trade, and compete using real Prism basketball cards, including some exclusive Monopoly branded parallels and inserts. The game will be available in North America beginning April 16th. Prism, the most popular global blah, blah, blah. The rules of the game will be better understood once it hits the market, but for collectors, it's another option. So basically, you could also buy these booster packs, too, where it's just the cards. And some of the interesting...
I think they're calling them blaster boxes.
Yeah.
Are they calling them blaster? Okay. The interesting thing is, dude, look at on eBay. If you look at... Let me go find... I think I have a link for eBay sales on these things.
And then the Monopoly Man has his own card that's encased in that. And then the case hit for that is you can hit a color blast of the Monopoly Man rookie
Oh, that's
card.
cool.
Tough pull though. I mean, like any case, that's a tough pull. But I've watched
There you
multiple breakers.
So this isn't a board
Tough.
game. This is an online game.
No, it's a board
No,
game.
it's a
just
board
board
game, a
game.
TCG game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a board game.
A
There you
lot
go.
of base packs. A lot of those blasters have 6 packs and they're all base. There's a lot of that out there.
We got 20
Maybe
grand.
one per
They want 20 grand. Look at that, 14 for the. Let's go look at sold. This is kind of crazy. Yeah.
And then someone pulled a Chet Holmgren 1 of 1 already.
Wow.
So what's
nice.
what store's holding these? Walmart, Target,
Target.
both?
Target, I think.
Only Target.
I've only been looking at Target. I heard it was a Target. I don't know. Is it?
I mean, you could probably get it from Panini's website too.
There's all kinds
I
of
didn't see
cool,
one.
like, different. This is like red money. It's got little red money signs around it. And
So redemptions are chance cards, right?
here you go. This is $650 for 12 of the booster boxes. $650 somebody paid for 12 of the booster boxes.
Oh my god! And the over under 3 times anyone in the United States of America plays Monopoly with these cards. The entire country included, right?
Yeah.
Or fuck it, wherever they sell these things. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. But look at it, $3,500 for a Joel Embiid 1 of 1 from Monopoly. 1 of 1s don't feel like 1 of 1s anymore. I'm sorry. There's so many different 1 of 1s,
Yeah.
and it just feels.
Yep, you're right, Brian.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that more when we talk about Bowman coming out. But it just feels so diluted and watered down.
I think a 1-in-1 also, unless it's some crazy art or color, needs to have an auto on it, and it
Yeah.
needs to not have a sticker auto. It needs to be a regular
On card, yeah, I agree. Yeah, Panini's so dumb when they do sticker autos on 1 of 1s.
Fuck Panini.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a little bitter, huh?
Big time.
I
I've
don't
already
blame-
sent him like
I don't blame you,
fucking
brother. I
20
don't blame you.
emails. I'm gonna post this gnarly one. I'm mad. I told him I'm gonna go public. If you don't at least respond, maybe I'm wrong. Did I make a mistake? Let me know, please.
Yeah, they're assholes. There you go. You guys can see a bunch of what the cards are.
Do you think this is going to open the door or a can of worms for more collabs with other companies?
Yeah, they're already being printed right now. We just don't know about it.
Totally. Yeah.
You guys seen that? I don't think it's new, but it's been making the rounds again this year of that kid losing at Monopoly about the worst part is taxes and how they're not fair.
Yeah.
He's just he's literally crying.
Crushed, yeah,
And it's like, motherfucker, dude, you just caught on.
Is that on YouTube?
yeah.
Hey,
It's on
play it,
Instagram.
Brian. I didn't see it.
It's on Instagram. I know who someone I just sent it to. If you want me to try to find it. Sorry if my phone makes noise. Hold on.
Here we go. Here it is, right here.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Where's all your money gone, buddy?
Taxes. 9, 10, 11. Let me fix my houses. It's okay. It's part of the game. It's not. It's not fun. It's not fun to what? It's the worst part of the game. Oh, it's what? Taxes.
Little do you know. Little do you know, buddy.
Yeah. You're still getting hit
Yeah,
with
touche.
taxes, and
Touche.
You're gonna be a meme for the rest of your life.
That was awesome, dude.
Well, how about this, you guys? We talked about these when they were coming out, and how expensive they are. Well, this was a little video that they put out today for said return of starting lineups. pretty dope that they're what's that term for it?
Stop motion.
No, how they can move so many different ways.
Points of articulation.
Yeah, it's badass that their points. They probably have 78 points of articulation.
Yeah.
Shout out 78.
So we can all open them and shout out 78. So we can all open them and play with them.
Yeah, and we can make little stop motion
travel.
videos. Yeah, they're $29 for one figure. They're just $29.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than their original price point, which was like 50.
Do they come with weapons?
You can always add G.I. Joe weapons with the jaw one, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
That'd
we
be
play
badass, dude.
we play with guts and muscles, bro. They just that's it, dude. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
We had wrestling ring with muscles. They didn't even bend.
Dude, you know what they
Break
need?
a muscle in half if you tried, dude.
Fuck yeah. You put them in the clip. Remember in the little clip and fuck.
Hell yeah.
Dude, you know what they need? They need referee figures and the commissioner figure of real long stick, Adam Silver. That'd be badass, dude.
I want to
Just
know.
have the whole fucking shit, dude.
No
Owners
silver
and huh?
No silver Ferratu.
I want to know if 78 Points is going to be using those to do his photo series. He does these badass little photo series using the figures and stuff. We need to find out. 78, tell us if you're going to be jumping into the sports toy section with these new starting lineups. I don't see him messing with any sports shit.
They don't have any sports shit, which is ridiculous.
You're right.
I
They
guess.
don't. These are like the
kids
first
didn't
ones.
want to. They want to be GI Joe. They don't want to be NBA players. I guess.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's a great point, dude.
Was it McFarlane?
Maybe because you
doing-
can't go shoot anybody as a kid, but you can go play basketball.
I thought McFarlane was doing
Look at MB
baseball.
travels. He travels even in as a starting lineup.
Hey, which knee did they give Kawhi?
I told you, Leg. I told you about him, bro.
They're gonna blow that
Yeah.
team up, brother.
Yeah, they announced tear today.
Really?
Yeah, they found a tear.
No, yeah, okay, whatever, dude.
Ouch.
Kawhi is like he's caused by all of this bullshit that he's done, like the Zions and everything to follow, dude. Like now these players only want to play half of the games and get all the salary, dude. They want all these days off.
Yeah, and it's funny, he doesn't even speak, and everybody listened to him. What the fuck is that?
All right. Before we get into our main segments for the show, we're going to talk about Bowman, and then we got a rundown of all the hot 5 cards in the sports card market. We're going to talk a little bit about our good friends, or our good. A good topic, I guess I should say. I shouldn't say good friends, but a good topic for our friends, a.k.a. Comic Drama Alert.
Drama!
Into the into the
A very card-heavy show today, and our only comic book drama alert stuff today is going to be about the cards world. That being Whatnot Breakers, back at it again, you guys.
Oh boy.
Oh
Here we go.
boy.
Pussies.
Yeah. This is a tough one right here. For those of you guys that don't know, we got more card breakers on the card market, lying to people and not sending them their hits. Whatnot put out a statement saying there are a lot of community questions about our process for high-value card incidents. In every case, we launch an investigation, determine the facts, and review the seller and buyer history to understand if there is a pattern of violations. if there is a breach or if there is a breach of our trust. So basically,
is that it? Was it not continued? Sorry.
Yeah.
Tweets are long these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
It continues.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says here, if there is a breach of our trust and safety rules, we will warn, suspend, or ban based on the severity of the case and violation history of the seller. Our user protection policy ensures that no matter what, regardless of purchase price, the buyer gets compensation the market value of any missing hit. While we do not comment on the outcome of specific cases due to user privacy, we can assure you that we take every case seriously and investigate thoroughly. We continually evaluate and iterate our policies. Going forward, we will hold sellers accountable for all fulfillment issues related to their channel, including those arising from employees. That's important. Put a pin on that. We may temporarily shut off live access while a seller is under investigation. This will apply for all related accounts, not just the account under review. In an effort to provide more transparency into trust and safety processes and upcoming product releases, we will be publishing a series of articles starting next week. We look forward to continued feedback from the community. So, for those of you guys that don't know, there's been some issues going on with sellers, specifically this one right here, Bleacher Hits. And what is being talked about is that they were not sending big hits to the winners. So this is the Collectibles guru. I definitely suggest anybody out there that's into cards, follow him. He's one of the best social media accounts out there. Eric Whiteback on Twitter. He said, there's strong evidence that prominent breaker Bleacher Hits has been stealing big cards from their customers. Despite mounting evidence, Whatnot has allowed Bleacher Hits to continue breaking, and Whatnot CEO has issued this statement. What do you make of all this? So here we go. This is the statement from the CEO. He said, Bleacher probably had 1 million orders across his accounts in the last year. Not saying it means he or his employees didn't do anything stupid, but the sheer volume of order means there will be issues. We are investigating, and in the meantime, all buyers are covered. So, that is not smart. You don't go out there and say, well, you know, this happened, but he sells a lot of stuff. So, it's going to happen. You know? And for those of you guys that don't know, what usually happens, and I just found this out recently, sometimes you won't, as a buyer, as a seller, you won't even be notified that somebody sent in either a return thing or saying they didn't get something, and Whatnot will just send out either a refund to them or try and work something out with them. Sometimes you won't even notice. You won't even be told. I've heard many comics people say that, right?
That's happened to me before, where a Gemini showed up like bent in half and all the books were damaged, and the person messaged me and I was like, oh, like make sure to report it, and I was like, but I'll take care of you like on your next order, just throw in extra books.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I've taken care of my own, and I've had people send show me stuff, or like the most minuscule stuff. Like, I wanted a really clean book. This has a spine tick. I'm like, I had a picture and I listed it as 9.0. Like I'm well, like you're probably looking at a 9.6, dude. You know what I mean? Well, what can you do for people that, and especially when half the time that shit goes half price, you're like,
Well, here's another thing that Whatnot has started, and I don't know if it's because of this or this is just something that they had in motion. They're gonna quote unquote have a group of people like that watch and look out for this stuff, and you're gonna get paid for doing that. So we'll see how that plays out. But here's the one of the interesting cases. Okay, this is a recent case from a person that had it happen to about Bleacher. This person wrote into Sports Cards Scammer Tracker on Facebook. He said, on August 28th of 2022, I hit a Jalen Waddle National Treasures 1-of-1 rookie patch auto in a break with hot hands BK, who breaks
Breaker.
for Bleacher Hits and Bleacher Breaks. They never sent the card to me, and I had to open a claim with Whatnot. Whatnot came to the conclusion that Bleacher Hits was at fault and never sent the card out, but said the value of the card was only $2,000. So Bleacher Hits sends me a box of 2022 Select and 2022 Gold Standard as compensation after weeks of arguing back and forth. I took the compensation because it was getting nowhere. Today, on April 22nd, 2023, Hot Hands BK posted the card back from PSA on his Instagram. Please
What
do
a
not
pussy,
get into
dude.
Yeah, please do not get into their breaks after tasking a couple other people. This isn't the first time they haven't. That is crazy, you guys. That's fucking
That's some
nuts.
bullshit.
Wow, dude.
That's insane.
Wow.
Fucking
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's just completely fucked, dude.
Hope that dude dies, dude.
I love you, Hood.
Yeah, fuck him.
Right, dude? That's fucking, bro. You deserve an ass whooping, dude.
Definitely deserves an ass.
Yeah, Bleacher said, we would like to clarify a situation that has recently occurred with the resurfacing of a previous sold card, the Waddle card. The card was won by a client almost 1 year ago, but due to an unfortunate shipping error, the client did not receive the card. Once the shipping error was discovered, our company took appropriate measures to ensure the client was overcompensated for his loss with a substantial monetary settlement. A 1-on-1 Jalen Waddle RPA, I feel like that should be worth more than $2,000.
Dude, that Dolphins patch is, you know.
Yeah.
That was a sick patch.
I'd never say anything good about other teams, but
That's got to be like a 3K card, right?
At least.
Dude.
Easy.
I'd imagine. I mean,
was
Waddle's
thinking
got skills, plus you got the Alabama fans. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's
Good
extra.
call. Yeah.
Last week, a member from our team bought this card in a lot at a card show, is what they're saying.
Whoa, my gosh,
What a
man.
one auto fucking NT fucking RPA
That
is-
you
is
lost.
bought a lot at a card show.
Just
All right,
happens to get bought by the person that lost it.
dude. Yeah.
Hey, if you're watching this show on the rewind or live, bombard this mother sucker.
Yeah, Bleacher Breaks. Do not break. This is, again, you guys, I'm getting back to it. I would not... listen, there's some breakers out there that I fully trust and I believe in. But I don't trust the people that they got their cards from. You know what I mean? Like, so unless it's Tops, then I'm not even thinking about buying into a break with you. Unless it's a Tops product, which doesn't even matter now because they're all Fanatics. So there's got to be some changes made in the sports card world. It's gonna eat itself again. It's gonna be like that snake that eats its tail.
I wish he'd die.
You wonder, you wonder what Fanatics is going to do with this shit, though. You know
But
what I mean? Like,
didn't Fanatics
they
buy
gotta hire people that are aware of this shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then didn't Fanatics just acquire a Leaf not too long ago?
They bought it all, bro.
So
They own it all.
so it's like basically the only thing they don't own now is Upper Deck. Yeah. So it can't be a monopoly, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have I noticed over the years. So now some things.
You got a Bryan.
Oh shit!
No, go ahead,
Somebody's
Sean.
yelling.
Yeah, I apologize.
Some people like with the I check out they got the Raider Image, RaiderImage.com, and the Raider Image are stores that are their name of their actual physical stores. So I checked that shit out, and they will have some exclusive stuff and more jerseys, but I started noticing little by little over the years, everything starts to look the same, and basically the NFL partner with Fanatics. Fanatics takes over their websites. Fanatics is in charge of like all the sales, NFL merchandise, NFL everything. There's rare now. Each team can get some exclusive stuff, or like the in-person Raider Image. They had two. They were nice. I bought them both, but they're in-store exclusive hats. Other than that, man, every website looks the same. You just choose your team and go through, and that's what you get to look for. And it's like, is this? I don't know. Is it good or bad? I hate monopolies because I'm an American. So I don't know if this shit is good or bad, or I don't know what to say. But like, I don't like that they also get like the collectibles trading card industry along with like the jersey sales and stuff like that. It's gonna turn into a shit show. And guess which one of these big monopoly fucking corporations give a flying fuck about us? None. They don't care. There's not gonna be integrity up and down the line. You're not gonna get anybody on the phone. They don't give a shit about you. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible that they're doing this with sports cards. We've all liked having different companies, had our preferences. We know who gave better quality products. We know which ones will be worth more in the aftermarket, and they were all sort of worth the same thing growing up until the premium quality companies came around, Upper Deck, and then Upper Deck did Stadium Club, and I don't know, innovative shit like Skybox and basketball and stuff like that. Just when you see it's like, oh, that's cool. I'll pay a little more for that because I like that. That's cool. I haven't seen that before. Yeah, I don't like it all. One company doing this. Who's going to be in charge of the players? Who's going to be in charge of the autographs? How's it all going to go? I just and it's all going to be like, oh, we can expand. It'll be somebody in a different department taking over another department and doing the same thing, where there's going to be, like you guys have brought up, one-on-one ain't shit. There's 150 different one-on-ones.
Yeah,
that's it. 100. I don't know. I think it's going to go to shit, and I think like store variants with comics, kind of a deal. Until you get numbered stuff, and then you'll find out there's just shady shit going on.
Well, it sounds like Leaf did get sold, or something's going on, because Brian Gray has been tweeting out cryptic statements saying that he's been hired by somebody, or he's getting to do a new job that he never thought he would do, and all this new stuff. So it sounds like they have been sold, or maybe Brian Gray, who owns Leaf, is getting a position at Fanatics. I know Fanatics is going and hiring up a bunch of people in the sports cards world, so we'll see how that plays out. But here is Bleacher Breaks getting just destroyed on Whatnot the other day.
We got a Brian Cook rookie auto for the Chiefs. Nice hit. And Evan Neal, Pierre Strong. All the same building, different accounts, guys. I'm not sure what all's going on. I'll be figuring that out after this break.
People are just calling him scammer. Where's the Waddle? Scammer. Where's the Waddle?
Where's the Waddle?
Yeah.
We got a Brian Cook rookie.
Is it true that it showed up in a repack from them?
I don't know I don't think it showed up in a repack. He put it on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, would he be dumb enough to list it on eBay?
Who knows? Wow, somehow my last post was deleted without me deleting it at Whatnot. Let's see here. So this must have been this guy. A lot of crazy stuff going on, man, with Whatnot right now and their card division. So we'll hope that they clean that stuff up. We all know. What the hell was that?
Tag all bitties.
One more quick update on the Burrow Kaboom scam. Oh, look at that. More scams related at Whatnot. We got a Burrow Kaboom scam going on. So it's just one story after another over there. It's kind of a bummer, but that's how the collectibles market is. It's unfortunate, you guys. Once money gets involved, everything changes. And that being said, that is your comic, aka Collectibles, drama report for the night.
At least I will say this about comics, though. Like, if you show, you don't open packs, at least, for fuck's sake. Like, you might, mystery packs that the people put together themselves, buyer beware. I'm not saying rip people off or something like that, but if somebody packed the fucking box and they open it in front of you, they're not gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to give that one away."
They're all like,
"Oh,
babe, did you put this in here?
Yeah.
You dumb bitch."
Oh, let me take it off camera real quick.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to our boy Eric Hurd. He's got a new variant being released this week with the Last Ronin books. Make sure you guys go buy that up. Yes, he does.
Let's see a pic.
You haven't seen that one yet?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's take a look here. And then we'll get into our next segment. I wish they would do alphabetical, just automatically. Shit drives me crazy.
For like so many comic, like you got, they say we got the nerds in the industry, man. So many of their websites are so fucking backwards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's badass, Eric.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Get your whole set from Eric, man. Hopefully you guys got the other ones. I know the Michelangelo sold out. He did another. I have all 4 released now, Eric, or is this the 3rd? I can't remember if this is the 3rd or the 4th. One of the 3. One of the 2.
Someone's saying no audio.
Yeah, but only one person said that.
Yeah. So.
No, good. I was gonna say it too. I was like,
no audio. Yeah. Hopefully there's audio.
Restart. Oh yeah. Well, you can't hear me. Oh yes. Whoops.
Yeah. No, I think we're okay. So.
Okay.
Other than maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. So when people send shit back to Whatnot, like I have heard. I don't know if this is the good authority or bad, but like, I'm 90% talking about comics because that's my area of sales. That there's like a warehouse full of fucking returns, and they just give them people money back. They don't have a video process whether it's worth it or not. So I don't know. I literally don't know, and I start thinking about that process. It's like it's hard to tell, and we all see people do bullshit. I think that's why I did better since I know how to grade, and I was selling mostly modern stuff, so it's easier to grade. If that makes sense. Yeah. So I don't know. It's been tough. They just tell you to do it, and there's not a way like to do a partial refund or offer a one-time thing. It's not eBay, so I can't. I'll be like, dude, I can't do anything. Like I can't. You know what I mean? I can't give you a partial refund. Like maybe I don't want to give you my home address. And I'm talking. I've had this happen like 3 or 4 times. People can usually find me on Instagram or something like that, which I don't check my DMs every day there, but at least a few times a week. And yeah, I don't know. Not an easy, not the easiest process, and not surprising to anyone that this is happening. There's no way. Well, they sold 1 million cards. They only scanned people for 5 of them. Okay. And like if a company is that big, it's not one guy. Like I'm a one-man show over here. I pack, ship, sell, I do it all myself. Like, so I know what I did or what I didn't do. I don't, but if you've got employees, like, I don't know, like that Spider-Man booth has shit running like, 5 different times a day with 5 different sellers. Okay. They don't, some are going to be better than others. Yeah, they're generally selling their own products, so that's a little different. You're generally selling new comic books. But yeah, just there's no way, there was going to be no way around this. Absolutely none. So
well, let's jump into the next segment. Let's get into some sports card information. We've got some of the top cards in each sport. You want to get into that, Richie?
Absolutely. All right, guys. You guys know me, Rich Taylor, aka Dollar. I have a YouTube channel, Facebook Live. It's called Popcorn Culture. That's going to be the name. It's going to stay that way until I become monetary at 1,000. And I guess we're going to do kind of what we've done in the past. I'm going to ask the community for some names, and we're going to pick a name from the community for my channel. And the name that we pick you're not only going to get a prize, but you're going to get a shout out and a thank you. And hopefully you come on the show. So this is Popcorn Culture presents the Wednesday review. Bryan McClay and crew. Brought to you by Gemini Comics Supply. and Sports Card Investor app. Receive a 2-week trial offer. Just use that code popcorn99, one word, and you'll get 2-week trial offer. Pretty cool. It's basically, to put in layman's terms or comic terms, it's like cover price for cards. This is the market movers. This is the one that has a really detailed info. And for Gemini, if you guys want 10% off, use also popcorn99. You'll get 10% off your next order. All right, so we're going to get into the last time I did this. I went back, I watched the rewind, and I was like, man, I was talking about a lot of outliers. So I really went in there and I looked for consistency. If I saw some weird insert base that is all of a sudden some idiot on eBay bought for $18 that was selling for 50 cents, I'm not going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about a raw and a PSA graded. We're going to go through 4 sports and Marvel. So top 5, here we go. This is MLB baseball cards, raw and PSA 10. Of course, there's Wonder. So we have Randy Arozarena. I don't know if you guys are baseball fans or not, but this guy's on fucking fire. And he is showing, I mean, I know these guys on the panel remember, but I don't know if everybody else remembers, but when he jumped onto Tampa Bay against the Dodgers in the pandemic shortened season, he went off and everybody thought it was just kind of like a rookie, lucky rookie short-term deal. Pitchers adjusted. He had kind of a sophomore slump, and now he's really adjusted back and he's doing well. So the last sale for this raw 2020 Topps Chrome Randy Arozarena rookie card X Factor. This is him with the Cardinals. Remember, he was drafted by the Cardinals and then traded to the Rays. But this has a around just under 25% bump in price. It was selling consistently between $5 and $10. Now it's selling for about $15. You can get a PSA 10 for this card for about just under $70, about $71 shipped. That went up from about just under 50 for 41.5% change. Next is Ivan Herrera. This is the 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto first. So no refractor, just your first Bowman auto for Ivan Herrera. No number. And was selling consistently throughout last month and the beginning of this month between $5 and $10. You could have got this card. Now you'll be paying $25 and up for this raw card. And PSA 10 has actually taken a dip. You can actually get a PSA 10 of this card for actually less money. So
wow.
And the pop on the PSA 10, I took a gander, is 172 on that grade. Dominic Keegan, this is from the 2022 Bowman draft set. This is the Chrome DP Auto. Very similar, no refractor, but just Chrome Auto raw. Selling consistently from all through the month and from March as well, $10 to $15. But now you'll be paying $16 and above, which is just under a 10% change. I don't know if there was any graded, but let me see. Yeah. There's a PSA 10 last sale of the 8th of this month for $38. There hasn't been any sales yet. So looks like this might be a decent investment. It's very cheap. And there's only 7 PSA 10s of this guy, if you believe him.
Oh, wow.
Pete Alonso, this is the 2019 Topps Archives base rookie card. I love Archives and Chronicles, but we know they're heavily overprinted. And there are some really cool base archive cards. I really like Archives a lot. I've had really good luck pulling autos and shit. But anyways, this card was selling consistently raw from the beginning of month, about $3 up to about 10. And there was a recent sale for about $25. According to the Sports Card Investor app, is close to a 465% change. So possible outlier there. Let's check the graded. Oh, no grade. Okay, so that means if there's no grade, and I went to the next slide, that means there was only a PSA 9 or below, so I didn't even bother with it. So yeah, probably, I didn't check the pot, but there's probably not many 10s. This is Elijah Dunham. I know a lot of you guys are baseball fans, Yankee fans as well, that have been waiting for this guy. Pretty good player here, Yankees. Elijah Dunham, 2021 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto first as well. Raw, selling consistently throughout the month, about $20 to $25. Just had a sale. Well, it actually had 2 sales for $26.50, which were high, and then another bump to $35, which is based on the beginning of the month, is a 91.8% change. Let me see if there's a PSA 10. Nope. So we're going to have to talk about basketball. All right. NBA basketball cards, raw and PSA 10. I had to put LeBron in there because he's the GOAT. If he wins the championship, he's definitely the GOAT. But anyways, this is the Giannis 2021 Origins base raw card. This insert is, or is it insert? No, I don't think it's insert. I think it's just a base card. Okay, so this card was selling actually for $6 to $8, $5. There's a couple $1-2 sales, whatever. There's some recent sales, about $12.50, which is a 88.2% change. I don't think there's anything graded on this one, but it's a cool looking card, and I think this card, if you're wondering why is a base card of a Giannis, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th season, so expensive. I think it's just Origins is a high-end card, and it's a really nice looking card. It's got the color match like Bryan talks about all the time with the jersey and all that. So interesting.
It's an expensive box too to open.
Oh yeah, and Aaron would know more than anybody. He's the expensive box breaker guy here. And I'm the bottom feeder. So this is the Cade Cunningham. This is 2021 Contenders. This is the lottery ticket. And I don't know if this is a case hit, a parallel, whatever this is, but it looks like a lottery ticket. It's got the 7-7, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, this is from the 2021-2022 set, I believe. Oh yeah, I believe so. And this card was selling for $1 to about $7, and it has some recent sales around $15, which is about a looks like it says a 20% change on the last sale of $15. So let's see, that's probably wrong. It's probably more of like a 500% change. So I have to dabble into that. But I want you guys the reason why I brought this card up is because I love Cade, by the way, but this Contenders is tough, and I really truly believe there's going to be a market correction on some of these hard to hit lottery tickets, SSPs one day, and it's good to buy them. Why, in my opinion, why they're $1, $5, $15 and under. PSA 10s of this, there was a sale in around St. Patrick's Day of this year for $63. The first sale of this PSA 10 went for $84.87, and that was at the beginning of March. There's only 42 PSA 10 graded of this card, so interesting. I've been talking about this guy since for a long time. I mean, since his cards jumped on. But Philadelphia 76ers Tyrese Maxey. This is your Prism refractor rookie card, and this card was selling consistently for $15 to $22, $23, $24. Is now dipped down to, there were sales for $2. I saw one on eBay for about $5. It looked beautifully centered. Now on the 17th of April, you have 3 sales for $17.67, and yesterday was the 25th, I believe. So, and 3 sales for $23.50 on an average, which is a 30.6% change. And on the graded PSA 10, last sale was yesterday for $250. The pop on a PSA graded Tyrese Maxey silver refractor is 272 graded 10s. If you can see on the bottom right here, it's a pretty consistent FMV. Guy's a good player. LeBron James 2019 Optic Hollow. This is the raw card. This card from the beginning of the month throughout 22nd was selling for about $10 to $12, and then it dipped down to a sale for $1.25. Then there was a recent sale for $12.60. That, let me see if there's a graded 10. Yes, and you can also get this in a graded 10. you could have got it for $25, as low as $25 in the middle of the month, but now you're going to be paying a premium, especially the way he's playing right now, of 62 and up. The pop on this, or the census on this, is 426 PSA 10s. Graded. Tyrese Maxey 2020 Mosaic Red Wave Raw. This is, I really like these red waves. Aaron, have you opened any of the hobby?
Yeah. So red waves and gold waves only come from
Tmall?
Tmall.
Okay, so this came from Tmall, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of like I have the Desmond Bain. I like that. Yeah, I really like the Tmalls. I think they're underpriced. I think they're a great deal. They're fun to break too. But you can get a raw. These are beautiful red wave cars. Mosaic. I think Mosaic is one of the higher end retail products, but there's a lot of them out there. So you can get this card as low as like $2 or $3 at the beginning of the month, but now you're going to be paying around $10 plus shipping. And I think a PSA 10. There's only 6 10s of this card. I mean, if that Prism is $250 to $300, and that's a beautiful card. Don't get me wrong, the Prism, but I mean, there's got to be way less red wave Tmall cards than Prism, right? So, yeah. I mean, you're paying $74 for a PSA 10 with only 10 graded 10s for Tyrese Maxey red wave.
Yeah, even if you look through PSA like pops on different cards in different years, you can see the Tmall products have way less of a pop count compared to like everything else.
Interesting. Such good info. Thank you for that. All right. Hockey cards. I put this bum right in there for Bryan because he thinks he's better than Gretzky. But anyways, no, I love McDavid.
I think he's better than Gretzky. I don't think he's as important to hockey as Gretzky. Gretzky will even say that he's better than Gretzky. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And that just has to do with sports science being so much better than it is when Gretzky was playing, as well as the game is just faster. It's a totally different game.
Yeah, but the counterpoint to that is that it is a faster, and you're right about the sports science. 100% right on all of those, but the counter to that, especially in hockey, is that players are soft nowadays compared to back then. Now the Gretzky rule came in effect once he started breaking records, right? Nobody touched Gretzky, and I think McDavid is going to eventually get that treatment where, if he gets hit, like, it'll clear the benches kind of deal. That's eventually going to happen. But McDavid is a big motherfucker, so. All right. This is the Akira Schmid 2021 Upper Deck Extended Series Young Gun base. This card right here was selling. You could get this Young Gun for as low as $7, $8 plus shipping. Now you're going to be paying a premium raw of about $15 to $20 plus shipping. There was a recent sale 2 days for $18.46, and as you can see, it was steadily climbing, and that's a pretty big change on that one. I don't really suggest investing in goalies and defensemen, but during playoffs, it's goalies. For some reason, over the last 3 years, I've noticed during the playoffs, the goalies that make the playoffs, and especially the goalies that end up, standing on their head, basically playing well, they start getting a bump. That's usually around the time. So it's just remember that. PSA 10 of this card. There was a sale at the beginning of February for $37. So you might be able, if you keep looking, if you pay a few extra bucks, you could just get a 10 and get it out of the way. Zach Hyman, 2016 Upper Deck Young Gun. This is the base Young Gun, and steadily selling for about $5 to $10. It dipped to $2 in the middle of the month, and then it got another bump a few days later, $11, $12, another dip, and then 2 days ago, another one sold close to $15, which is pretty interesting. PSA 10 though actually took a I don't know why I said dip. I meant to say bump. It took a dip of 24. What did it say? 24 $38.70, a 30.6% change. The starting price, the first PSA 10 of this year of 2023 sold for $80.71, but there was one that sold 2 days ago for $56.01. So this is good information to know, depending on what your budget is, if you want to buy raw or just get the graded 10 out of the way. This is Capo Caco. This is Brian's guy. He's a Ranger, and this is from the 2019-20 Upper Deck, I believe, Series 1, Brian? Maybe? Series 1, Series 2?
Caco Series 1 and Hughes, or who was the number one pick that year?
Hughes is 2, right? Hughes
yeah, I think
two?
so.
No.
I think it's Hughes 1 and Caco 2, so they usually do that. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so this guy, I believe, he either was runner-up or he won Rookie of the Year. What's the trophy for Rookie of the Year?
The Calder.
Calder. Yeah, he was really close unless he just fell at the end. But his cards, I remember 2 years ago, I mean, I couldn't get a Young Gun base for less than $30, and then they dropped drastically. I mean, there were sales for below $5, but now they're starting to steadily climb up. At a recent sale, $16.99, and a week before there was a couple sales for just under $15, which is 143% change on the beginning of the year. And let me see if there's a PSA 10. PSA 10 took a dip, and the last sale was the beginning of the month. It looks like for $55.24. And then there wasn't another sale for for a week or so, and it was $8 more. So you might want to just if you have the money, grab the 10. Noah Cates, I really like this guy. I think he's pretty solid. I know. There's somebody on the panel that loves the Flyers. No, I'm kidding. But he's pretty good. This is the Young Guns canvas. My personal opinion is Young Gun canvases are undervalued.
I like them.
They're tough pulls.
Yeah.
They're tough pulls, and I think I don't really like canvas cards, but I think these ones are pretty, like nice looking with the red and the pink. You know, I think they're beautiful cards, and they also sometimes they're sideways, and it's always a really good like stadium club kind of feel for the photography for the cards. I really like them. But anyways, you could have got this card throughout March, for $2, $3, $4 in the secondary market. Now you'll be buying this card for $11 and up with 2 recent sales. It looks like and now, by the way, this average is on the 14-day. It's not on the 7-day. I know it says last 30 days. That's just for context, but this is a 14 right here. So over the last 14 days, there was 2 sales for $11 plus shipping, which is a 395% change up. PSA 10s at the beginning of the year, you'll be paying, I wouldn't say beginning of the year, but 30 days or more ago, $50.49. There was one sale since then, and that was around just after Valentine's Day of this year for $31 for a PSA 10. Alexander Romanov, this is he's pretty solid. I think he's a Ukrainian. He's from Ukraine, Russian descent. He's a defenseman for the Habs, but his cards, you get them for 50 cents, $1 plus shipping or whatever. But now you're going to be paying just under $10 plus shipping. And he on the PSA 10s took a dip, and at the beginning of the year were just under $50, about $50 shipped, with 131 graded 10s on the census or pop of PSA. But there was a sale yesterday for $29.38, which is lower. So I'd probably just grab the 10 if you're going that way. I just don't like investing in defensemen. That's just my deal. All right, NFL American football cards raw on PSA 10. Number 1, Jordan Love. I hope you guys have been talking about this guy for a while. I mean, maybe not to you guys, but at least to all my fantasy football people. I really like this guy. I held on to him, bro. Dude, I held on to him all year on so many teams on the bottom of my bench and wasted a bench spot because I thought for sure the Packers were going to be eliminated, and he just looks so good against the Eagles. He looks so good. anyways, this is the 2020 Mosaic Silver Prism Refractor. This card right here, you could have got this card all year, probably up until around Easter, for $10 and below. As low as $4.25, and now you'll be paying $29.99 and up, and this card is going to steadily climb.
Buy his rookie card.
Trey Lance. Sorry.
He's going to get traded.
Yeah, Trey Lance is definitely. He's either traded or he's the.
I'm just fucking around, but you guys see it.
But yeah, for sure. I think Trey Lance.
You can't predict an injury. I don't actually hate Trey Lance, to tell you the truth.
I actually think Trey Lance is going to be pretty decent for a team, but I just don't think 40. But on the other hand,
for Baltimore, right? He's going to get traded to Baltimore.
Maybe
they're drafting AR-15 tomorrow, so
gotcha.
When the Raiders pass on them, and I cry.
PSA 10s are up. They're up 5.6% with a last sale of $75 2 days ago. 30 days ago or more, 30 plus days ago, you'd be buying this card for $70-71. But remember, not the rumors, but the news that when Aaron on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron Rodgers said that he wanted to go to the Jets, which was that like 2 months ago, something like that. All these cards started kind of moving, depending on who the player was, from Christian Watson to Elijah Moore on the Jets to Breece Hall to, so on and so forth. So you were paying a decent premium, but it hasn't got to 100 yet. So if do you like investing in football cards? Quarterbacks are number one. This is a guy to take a gander up. Oh, and by the way, the census on this for PSA 10s, there's 209 on the census. This is the Mac Jones 2021 Prism Green. I wish Prism would stop doing the green with the retail. But anyways, unless it's a jet. But this card, it was selling pretty steadily. And then he took a dip once all the Bailey Zapp stuff happened last year. Then this year came around in the off season. You could have got this card as low as $1.25. I think that could have been an outlier. Maybe it was off center or something like that. It doesn't tell the grade, but it shows pretty consistent sales up to $15.50, which gives it a 14.8% change. Let's check the pop on this. PSA 10s took a dip. There's 176 PSA 10s graded on the pop or the census of PSA, and it has taken a dip of $27.99, which is a 31.1% change. I guess you could say divested change. I don't know. Maybe I just made that word up. But last sale, $62 on the 23rd. There was a high for $89.99 back on the 3rd of April. That's pretty cool. Bailey Zapp 2022 Illusions Mystique. I really like Bailey Zapp. That's another guy like Sean. I'm glad Sean brought up Trey Lance. Here's another guy that is in a situation like the Purdy and Lance with Mac Jones and Zappe, but he could be on another team. This it looks like an acetate card. Is that what that is? It's an acetate. It's Illusions. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so last sale on the 22nd, $14.99, which is a $12 change, a 401% bump. Was selling pretty consistently for around $5. So make sure you guys look if you are taking this information, somewhat privy, then make sure you look. This could be an outlier. So this is Jalen Waddle 2021 Optic Hollow variation. I believe the variations were in the hangers, right? The hangers at Walmart. Is it? I'm not sure, but anyways, the last 30 days, we're looking at a sale that was as low as $3 to $7 for this card. Now you're going to be paying about $10 and up. But make sure you double check, make sure it wasn't an outlier, because that sale wasn't. It was all the way back on the 13th. Let me check out the PSA 10. It's only 24 graded 10s on the census for PSA for Jalen Waddle variation. I love variations. And it's hollow, so it's somewhat of a refractor of sort, kind of. Last sale is way back in March for $40. Before that was $47. So there hasn't been any sales. Maybe there's just not many out there because there's only 24 graded 10s on the pop. CeeDee Lamb I really like a lot. I think this guy is a monster, and this guy, I think he's going to steadily climb, like Leg was saying. He's got the Alabama connection, and I think he was Alabama, right? Or was he Oklahoma? I don't remember,
Alabama.
but he
Oklahoma.
He was
Are you sure?
popular coming.
Yeah,
He was
Okay,
Oklahoma?
he was
it was people confused only because it was him, Ruggs, and Jerry Judy getting drafted. All the
Oh yeah,
going to be
Jerry
the three.
Judy and
They
Ruggs
didn't know
Yeah.
at Alabama.
So
I think
the Raiders clearly did a good job taking Ruggs over those two.
Isn't Ruggs back though?
Dude, he's in jail.
Oh, who am I thinking?
He's
that's
under
back?
house arrest.
Was it? Is
He
it
killed
Jude?
that girl and her fucking golden retriever?
I think
CD
you're thinking
Lamb
of
got.
Brian.
Did CD Lamb get?
No, CD
suspended?
Lamb's never had any problems, and Jerry Judy just had some injuries.
Who's the wide
Jerry
receiver that
Jeudy.
got suspended for gambling?
Recently, that's Jamison Williams.
No,
you're talking about Calvin
Atlanta
Ridley.
Falcons.
Calvin Ridley, also from
Ridley.
Alabama. Yeah.
Ridley,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's on the Jags.
Ridley got traded though.
He's on the Jags.
Yeah.
We talked about him on the last time we did this. I
He's
thought that
dude.
was
He's a
great
good. Yeah, he's more fantasy pickup than card investment to me. But yeah,
For me,
I don't know.
I'll be honest. For football, to me, it's not worth investing in anybody but a quarterback in football, in my opinion. Football is a quarterback investment game. Baseball is to me is like one of the very few sports card groups that you can actually, spec on multiple positions. For football, it's just quarterbacks. I feel like.
and it's funny how nobody likes like pitcher rookies,
right?
But it's like they kind of have. I know it's not the same, but they have both of them have the ball on every single play.
Yep.
Both of them throw it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I hate to
control
make
the
it that
game.
simplistic, but in football, that's worth a lot of money, and in baseball, it's not the same.
Yep, exactly what Creed said. Major League Baseball, it's position players. NFL, it's QBs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that as number one, but I think anybody who catches touchdowns is also decent to invest in. Tight ends and wide receivers, like Calvin Johnson, freaking Tony Gonzalez, Gronk. I mean, a lot of those rookie cards, PSA 10s. I mean, they're not going to do what quarterbacks do, but how often do we get Tom Brady's or Pat Mahomes, or Josh Allen, stuff like that? We don't get them too often, so got to go somewhere else. And I think it's like with Calvin Ridley, when he got his auto rookie card for very cheap, and now he's with not only that, he's went from Atlanta's shitty offense to the Jags offense, which is really good now. Yeah. And this guy could seriously do some damage. He just needs to stay away from the casino.
Yeah, and I mean, and also, I hope, in real talk, I hope that was his only issue, because I think he missed games for mental health also.
Oh, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, so you know what I mean, and hopefully also because it seems like he's a fucking good guy.
Yeah, he does.
And dude, being a little off and gambling a little might have happened. I mean.
Well, this is what I heard.
I think I've done it myself. So
they don't detail the letter of explanation that he had to give the NFL board and the NFLPA of what was happening. Right. What I've heard though from sources is that he said he was addicted to gambling. So that's your mental health right there, right?
Not that that's a good thing, but
no, I know.
You know what I mean? It's better than let's say other things and leave it there.
I'd rather fucking be addicted to gambling than heroin. That's 100. So,
amen.
PSA 10s. There's 308 graded PSA 10s. Remember, this is the 2020 Optic Hollow. They call them hollows. So 308 graded 10s. 30 days plus. You were looking at this card about $95. This is down to $46, which is a dip of 51.6% change. So you got Dak. Dalton Schultz moved. He's with the Jags now. Or no, he's with the Texans. He's with the Texans. And then they just got T.Y. Hilton's gone. They got somebody else. I can't remember. They should be pretty decent. I just don't like Dak.
Me neither.
Marvel trading cards, raw PSA graded. I'm going to go ahead and break some Marvel cards right after this, and then we'll go ahead and finish this. Let's get through this. Venom 2021 Skybox Metal Universe Spider-Man car, or it's a Skybox Marvel Metal Universe, and this is the Spider-Man set with Miles on the front. So this is the Light FX Gold of Venom, the card number 3. This is up 167%. Was selling consistently for $5 to $10. I was watching this card. I have this card on my watch list on eBay. There was just a recent sale for $20. So that's 167% bump in that card. There's only PSA 9s or 010s, and I'm going to tell you what, with these Upper Deck Skybox is owned by Upper Deck. These are tough and high grade. It's just real shitty quality cards, and every single time I pull one, it seems like a corner it's got a dog ear or something like that. But anyways, only PSA 9 in this card, and there's only 9 graded as well, no 10s, and there's only been one sale for $79.99 just the day after Valentine's Day of this year. Spider-Man, this is from the same set. This is card number 64. This is the Grandiose parallel. This card was selling about a month and a half, 2 months ago, was up to about $30, and then it took a dip down to about 20, all the way down to $12.50 at the middle of the month, and then a day later there was a sale for 25 even, which is a 22% change. Let's see here. There's a PSA 10. There are 4 10s on the census of this card. Last sale on the 9th of February was $350. And right before that, when the set came out, and maybe like a month after the set came out, I think it was like January, the end of January, there was a $600 starting price. So it's a $600 sale. This is Venom. This is also the same set. This is the Light FX Gold High Series short print, card number 193. And this card is up from $5.69 to $10 raw. There are no PSA 10s, and there are 19 PSA 9s of this card. And the last sale was the middle of March for $32. Starting price, that means 30 days or more, was just over $10. So probably going to be spending a little bit more on that. I really like this one a lot. I want this card so bad. This is the 2021, same set, I believe. And this is the number 1 PM Planet Metal. I believe this is the hobby set, though. I could be wrong. Aaron might be able to help me with that one. But this is the Carnage card number 1 PM. And this card was selling as low as $15 about a month and a half ago. And then around the 12th of this month, sold for $20.51. And then the 18th, $29, steadily climbing with a 41.4% bump in FMV, fair market value change. And let's see, graded PSA 10. There's only one PSA 10 for you'll be paying about $81 plus shipping. Last sale was on the 4th of April. Carnage Skybox Marvel Metal Universe. This is the Grandiose parallel, and this card right here is selling for about just under $15. You could have got it for 10 and under, and so now you have a 40% change up in fair market value for a raw. PSA 10s. There are 3 graded 10s of the Carnage Marvel Metal Universe Spider-Man Grandiose parallel, and you're going to be paying around $200 plus shipping. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.
Hell
Good stuff. Hey, brother.
Another big card event happened today. Today was a release day, my favorite date of the year for cards. I love me some Bowman Baseball, and Bowman Baseball 2023 is pretty crazy right now, that's for sure. For those of you guys that don't know, you can go to Topps website right now and buy straight from Topps website. But the problem with that being, they're fucking expensive, you guys. Look how expensive, even from the Topps website, a box of Bowman Baseball is. $275 for a hobby box.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not buying hobby this year at all. wax wise, I'm not. I usually buy a case every year of jumbos. I'm not buying it this year. It was like $5,000 almost for a case of jumbos. It's ridiculous. It's like $500 a box. They have blasters though for $29.99. So that's what I did. I picked up 45 blasters instead of a hobby case.
So basically, like 2 cases, then two cases and 5 extra boxes.
Yeah,
it's like 20.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see when that happens. But yeah, I suggest to everybody out there, if you're gonna go pick up some wax to buy for Bowman, go pick up some of the $30 blaster boxes, or at least wait until the mega boxes come out. Those don't come out for I think another couple months. So be on the lookout for those. They could come out soon. Who knows? But the blasters are where it's at for me. And that's what I did. I'm not gonna deal with paying that ridiculous amount for what they want. But the players this year that are the big hits, you're looking for one player, and one player mainly in this set is going to be a first Bowman. That means, you guys, this is his first printed card in his professional team colors. That being this kid right here. Our boy Andrew Jones' son, Drew Jones. There's already a bounty that's been put out on his superfractor, you guys, for $1 million. So whoever pulls his 1-of-1 superfractor, there's already a bounty on it by Dave and Adams Card World for $1 million.
That's if he becomes a Hall of Famer. Or you can sell it to them right now for $250,000.
Oh, really? That's dumb.
That's what the bounty is. It's for the Superfractor Auto.
Okay. Yeah, so it says here, David Adams Card World has announced that a $1 million lifetime bounty on the Drew Jones Superfractor Auto out of 2023 Bowman Baseball. Per David Adams Card World, the card must be pulled within 30 days. The person has an option to sell the card for $250K or wait to see if he makes the Hall of Fame and get $1 million. The number 2 overall pick in last year's draft, Drew Jones, is the son of former MLB All-Star and 10-time Gold Glove winner Andrew Jones. He was picked by the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks didn't think they were going to get him. He was the choice for number 1 pick for the last 3 years for this draft class. Jackson Holiday came out of nowhere to get that number 1 pick right at the end of the draft moments. Everybody was saying it was going to be Drew Jones first, but luckily for me, the Diamondbacks, he fell to the Diamondbacks. So, and then he promptly went out and broke his arm in his first at bat. So he's playing well now, though. He's back on it playing well. But for those of you guys that don't know what a superfractor is, a superfractor is the special one of ones that you get at a Topps product. Okay. And a few years ago, there was one of the number 1 players that you were looking for was Blaze Jordan. And there's that famous story where Blaze Jordan did a little Instagram post of him signing his superfractor, and people were just waiting for somebody to pull it. And it did get pulled recently. So Swing Away Sports Card recently pulled the Blaze Jordan Superfractor Auto out of 2021. So this is from 2 years ago. Back in February, and this is pretty cool. This is a super expensive car. Let's check it out. That's crazy, man.
It has no sound. The guy's probably going, "Oh, motherfucker!"
Yeah. Look how beautiful those superfractors look, man. With that circular design. Oh, they're just so pretty. So that was pretty cool. Says here,
I'm itching to open this up. Should I open it, Aaron?
Oh, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse box? Dude, that's all on you.
You got to help me, Aaron. Should I open it or not, dude?
Dude, of course, rip it. You always got to rip it, right?
Okay. I'm going to rip it. I'm going to go for the Haley Steinfeld auto.
There you go. So that's what the superfractors are. So be on the lookout. It came out of a boom box, it looks like, you guys. Just like my superfractor came out of a boom box, this came out of a boom box, it looks like. Because there's boom boxes behind him. Look at that. Oh, my God, dude. How cool is that? So that's what's coming out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for Bowman.
I remember a guy got a O'Shea Ohtani rookie auto.
Yeah. Damn it. Shout out to our boy Vinny. So yeah, we'll see if anybody pulls any new superfractors over the next couple days. People are probably breaking these like crazy online and on whatnot and all that stuff. Here are some of the top players you want to be on the lookout for. Of course, Drew Jones for the Diamondbacks. There's a Justin Crawford for the Philadelphia Phillies. Eduardo Julian
from St. Louis, man.
Eduardo Julian for the Twins. Cam Collier for the Reds is going to be a stud. Spencer Jones for the Yankees. Lazaro Montes for the Mariners. Junior Caminero for the Rays. Roman Anthony for the Red Sox. Matt Mervis for the Cubs. Ariel Almonte for the Reds. Kyle Harrison for the Giants. Luis Lara for the Brewers. Jacob Berry for the Marlins. Josue De Paula for the Dodgers, and then Devison De Los Santos for the Diamondbacks. Got a couple more here. Nelson Rada for the Angels, Gabriel Gonzalez for the Mariners, and Angel Genao for the Guardians. So if you heard your favorite team in there a couple of times, it might be smart to, if you're going to pick into some breaks, to pick that team of a couple of those players that I mentioned. So be on the lookout for this. They also have rookies that are going to be available in these, you guys. The rookies that you can get, that's why I'm going after the blasters, because you get more, what's the word I'm looking for? You get more,
more vets
you get more like colored, numbered hits.
That kid, Jordan Walker is.
But he's not going to be a first Bowman. So, but
he doesn't have a first Bowman.
Not
year.
Not in the new set.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, yes, Chad, I did see that Mason Wynn video. I did see it. So the next thing that you want to do is, like I said,
got a 1 of 1.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's a sketch card.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Miles Wall, 1 of 1 sketch card.
Look at that.
Nice.
And it's a 1 of 1.
That's pretty cool, dude.
I got a 1 of 1. Fuck yeah, bro. Doc Ock, dude. Sketch card.
Nice.
Going on eBay in about 5 minutes.
That's great, dude.
Hey, I got a 1 of 1 leg. Doc Ock.
You got a 1 of 1?
Yeah, 1 of 1. Doc Ock.
Oh shit. That's
signed it
cool.
too, right there.
Was it actually autoed?
Yeah, dude.
Sell the rest of the packs on eBay, dude.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Sell the rest of the packs on eBay, dude.
That's what I would do. Fuck them.
eBay.
No, don't sell them on eBay.
Red Hood, baby. Red Hood.
I'm kidding. Yeah, good job, Redhood.
Thank you.
You could get something great out of there. You could get a precious metal gem out of there too.
Or
that's a different box set.
Haley Steinfeld auto.
There you go.
He's opening the Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, it's not the stuff you get the precious metal gems.
It's not the it's not the Skybox metal.
Ah, interesting. I like the. You can't. What are the big hits that you can get out of there?
A Haley Steinfeld auto.
A sketch card like you just got.
Sketch cards.
I don't remember the checklist.
There's just actor autos, and let's see. It's called talent autograph cards, manufactured patches, dimension collide lenticular cards, which I got one.
Nice.
I got a dimensions, so I've already gotten 2 hits already out of 4 packs.
Nice.
How many packs? 16?
15.
Weird. It's like one uneven pile.
Right.
Bro, I got a sticker. It's called an amazing sticker. don't know what the fuck that is.
Put it on your fucking hat.
Oh, it's fucking Kingpin, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like that "Hello, my name" tag.
Yeah.
I know Nate opened a box when Red Hood was in town, and he ended up with the Miles tag, like on the "Hello, my name is" sticker, like where he's slapping on the sign where his dad catches him.
All right, I'm going to jump into the market report real quick, you guys. Let's get into it.
Come on, give me an auto.
How many more?
Oh,
packs you
bro,
got?
from the vault, bro.
Did you pull another thing?
You hit an auto?
Bro.
Oh.
Bro, number 2, dude. Look at that.
Nice.
Not bad,
From
dude.
the Spider-Verse, bro. It's a jersey.
Okay.
It's a jersey R from the Spider or from the Verse.
Or the Prowler, or
Yeah. It says
Hey,
congratulations.
we all know what happens on fucking Wheel of Fortune. RST LNE. Don't be all proud you got an R.
VLP 12. Oh, from In the Vault 12. Oh, Prowler, you called it, bro. Look,
There you
Prowler.
go. It does say it on the bottom. Let's
Give me an R.
Is it the
Try to get
first
that
R or the
Prowler-
last
Try
R?
to get that Prowler rainbow, dude.
for the Prowler, bro. Look at that. Or for Red Hood.
That's
There
it
you
right
go.
there. You should have pulled
Bro.
an R.
That's 4 hits, bro. Now we just need Haley Steinfeld auto, dude. Let's see.
How many packs you got to go?
10.
Oh my god, dude! You've already pulled
Just start
4
the market
hits.
report, dude. If you get another hit, tell us.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. Market report
Sorry.
incoming.
Sorry. I would be quiet if you were opening stuff.
All right. Sonic the Hedgehog number 98, a raw copy, first appearance of Shadow, sold for $355.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, I'm
For
liking
direct,
Sonic
that seems
stuff
high,
right now.
dude.
What's that? You think that's high?
For direct, that seems high.
Oh, yeah.
Or like maybe newsy. I don't know.
2 newsstand books, very interesting newsstand books sold this week. A New Avengers number 7 newsstand, a 9.8, sold for $355. And a Vengeance number 1, a 9.6 newsstand, sold for $352. And I feel like that's kind of low, but I could be wrong.
Oh, fuck that Illuminati book. But
Well.
I'm being $353
Yeah.
all day on that Vengeance newsy, dude.
Yeah.
9.6 CPR that thing, make $5,000.
That's pretty dope. What is that, Hood?
Red Hood's tagging on his cards now.
That's cool. Next, we've got the Death of Superman 30th Anniversary Special, the gold foil from BTC. They're starting to come down, you guys. So everybody that bought them for $1,000 on the secondary market, they are gonna be pissed. $600 now for that book.
But there were guys like us that just wanted them for nostalgia and are probably like old and rich, and not that I mean, not saying we're old and rich, but like a few bucks to play with. So
yeah, well, they can go get the rest of them too because there's more coming. Spawn number
Yes, they
1,
can.
the raw black and white edition, $12.25 in high grade. That book is, I love that book. I'll always love that book, man. Such a cool
It's
book.
fine. That's extraordinary, dude. I thought that was like a 9.8 price.
Yeah, right.
$20 shipping on a raw book. Eat my balls.
And then
signature confirmation needed.
A CGC 9.6 of Lost 23 sold for $8.10 Canadian.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we've got more on that coming up. Next, Invincible Iron Man number 9, the variant sold in a 9.8, sold for $11.14.
It's only down $3 or $4,000.
Yeah, so crazy.
So is the next book.
Well, Vengeance number 1, the 1 in 15 at $15.25. Still an expensive price for that book.
Wasn't it triple that at least?
I don't know if it was triple it, but it was up there. You think it was like a $6,000 book at one point?
I thought it was like a $3,000 book at one point, like floating around 4 or 5, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah, so triple would be 45. So I think that, but I mean that's I don't know. That's if I remember correctly. Invisible Iron Man was for sure.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, at the price I'd like that newsy, over the variant. I would love to see if it's possible to CPR that newsy.
Yeah.
The 9.6 on the prior page.
I agree.
That would be I'd love to see on that book. That's a great investment.
Yeah.
Because the Miles newsstand sells for as much as the variant, and it's significantly more rare.
Yeah.
So Vengeance is going to be the same. They're about the same year.
I'll tell you what to me was a great buy is this lot of 3 Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash covers, all by J. Scott Campbell, all great connecting covers, all in 9.8 CGC for $300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great buy.
100%.
Next, the Bruce Timm 5-color comics first printing, raw, sold for $380. Rare find, yep. A Wizard Magazine #1, the San Diego Comic-Con stamped variant, sold for $300 raw. And then the Star Wars Vader Down Zdarsky, $400. That is a 1 in 5,000 that just sold for $427, you guys. And that is
actually rare. I know Trey sold his for like 6,000.
Yeah. Now
somebody offered it on CB's like for $800. He bought it and sold it on eBay the next day for like $6,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Next, this Halo graphic novel #0 is such a tough book to find in high grade. This is a 9.8 signature series signed by the guy who voiced Master Chief for $305, and I feel like that's a great buy. People don't realize how tough that book is to come by in high grade. It was a free giveaway too, I think. So.
And then how often are you going to run into that voice actor?
Yeah.
With a CGC witness.
Yes. 2 great McFarlane signed books. The Spawn 230 black and white sketch variant. A 9.6 sold for $920. Signed signature series with the label, Spawn label. Such a tough book to come by, man. Very rare those sketch variants are for those homage covers. And then
the fact that thing sells for that price, the Bat 427, whatever it is, sells for that. That's 9.6. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's never mind. That was 9.8.
Dude, those books are super hard. Those are super hard to get in 9.8s, man. So tough. Yeah. And they're very tough to press those books too.
It's weird because it's a thin paper with like an extra coating, so it is kind of tough to press those things.
Yeah,
those spawns are easy to press. The Spawn one's easy to press, the newsstands, but they're just harder to come by.
Yeah, and that's the time period of the low print runs in the Spawn run.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. They call it 1 in 100, and I probably believe that.
Yeah.
On the newsies for that and Spawn 9. Well, any of the spawns, but there's only 1 key or 2 keys from 1 through 9. It'd be 1 and 9.
Yeah. Next, we've got Invincible #1 in 9.8 sold for just under $3,000, $29.85 on 73 bids. Back up where it should be, in my opinion. I think that's a $3,000 book easy.
Yeah.
Such a tough book. And then a 9.8 Clone Wars 1, the special edition, sold for $6,800 on 32 bids.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Is that down?
Yeah, it's down a little bit. That was almost a $10,000 book, I think, at one point, right?
I'm not sure. I just don't love that they cast Rosario. Like, not that I have a problem with her whatsoever. It's just I wish they cast somebody a little more unknown and to be honest, younger.
Yeah, I get the.
I think Rosario's older than I am, dude.
Yeah,
she's gotta be almost 50 or some shit.
Yeah,
I mean, they could have done what they did with the other cast members. Just get back the voice actor. You know, Ashley. What's her name?
Yeah, that's not
I
going
don't
to
know.
happen.
I don't know what she looks like.
That is definitely not going to happen. She's probably older than what's her name.
Than Rosio?
Yeah, Ashley Eckstein is no spring chicken, dude.
That's true.
But how old's Rosario?
Probably our age.
I really got a crush.
She was 13 when Kids came out, right?
Yeah, but so was I.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's probably our age. Let me see here.
Hold on, man. We need to... She's 43. I'm 44. All right, man.
43. Let's see what Ashley Eckstein is.
I like to think people's older than me, okay? Let me be.
Ashley Eckstein is 41, so they're about the same age.
But, you know, it just... I mean, I'm not saying she's not a good actress. I'm not saying, like, she's old. It's just... it's kind of... You know what I mean? I just wish they did because she's played so many parts. She had, integral... night nurse or whatever you want to say, whether or not she was in Daredevil, things like that, man. She's just been involved in so much stuff. And if that's a person they're hooking their wagon to, the same is because everybody tells me how, that's the Clone Wars generation. That's their Luke Skywalker and shit like that. If they want to build on that generation, I just thought they should have chose somebody that did a little younger, maybe. And maybe a little more unknown, so there's not preconceived notions. My issue with not my issue, but Mandalorian having like the ladies' man in a role, like they have all these people. When they have Jack Black and the fucking Mandalorian going, I'm like, what is happening, dude? Like, really? All I see is a fat Jack Black with some weird ass beard. You know what I mean? I can't get past it. Where some other goofy bastard was playing that role, but it's like they're giving all their friends roles in these shows. I don't know, probably a little tangential there, but
yeah. I was years old when I found out that Ashley Eckstein is married to David Eckstein, the former baseball player.
Oh God!
Did you know that?
Good old days, man. Yeah. I did not know that. Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. 2002 Angels. All my teams were good 20 years ago.
Ultimate Fallout number 4 and 9.6 sold for $8,000, $8,150 for 38 bids. A 9.8 sold at Heritage for what, 29,000? Am I right?
I thought it was 39.
No. I thought it wasn't it 43?
Yeah.
Oh no, the one that just sold. It was low.
Oh, the one that just sold. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was 29,000. It just sold for. Just sold this last week, if I'm not mistaken. If I can find it.
Comic Link 29K. He's on point, so I'd probably just agree with him.
Yep, 29K. That's what it was. Yep. So down.
Down.
$1,000. Yeah.
I hate my life, dude.
I know, right?
I'd own this fucking house if I just kept those.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not joking. It's not a maybe.
Yeah, there's so many of them that came in those five below packs. All right, next, Adventures of Super Mario's number 1, the 9.8 sold for over $2,000, $2,030 for 47 bids. That is a tough 9.8. And then how about the Champions number 1, 1 in 1,000, a 9.8 sold for $413. That's fucking crazy to me. That's so good. Low.
I love it. Wait, that's low?
It's got to be low for a 1 in 1,000, right? Of that book?
I don't know.
I feel like that should be way more than that.
Well, do you think it's just because like 1 in 1,000s and 1 in 500s aren't as common, so people don't go looking for them?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Or people just don't give a shit. Don't think that version of the Champions is happening.
Yeah.
People don't like that. There was the first meeting of Miles and Kamala. We used to spec on a little bit different shit before than we do now, and people just probably don't care that much. I will say it's 2016, so it probably is a rare book. I haven't seen this come up that much. It's not a 2016 is a you know what I mean. We're pre-store variant era. That's I think everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's legit. That's even no, it's not the old case.
The print run on this thing is over 300K. So let's just say 300 to 323 or something like that. The orders. So 1 in 1,000 is what? A tenth of 1%?
Yeah. I mean, let's say, I don't know. I'd love to see, we can check the census on it. Be a pain to look up Champions 1, but,
there's one sold in March
they don't
for
list ratios.
$49. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that should be worth way more than that. At least double that, if not more.
Well, I mean, Champions isn't. What's the are we gonna see this version of? I don't know. I like the OG Champions. I like Ghost Rider and Iceman and Hercules, dude.
So there's about 300 of those
in silver
circulation, probably.
Maybe. I haven't heard of these in leftover diamond sales either.
Yeah.
So, which is, to be honest, surprising considering the print run of that book.
Yeah.
But those weren't on the East Coast, though.
Seduction of the Innocent, a pretty torn up copy, but it does have the dust cover. Sold for just under $600. If you guys know the importance of that, the comic book, SOTY, the comic book code.
All right, I looked up the census for the Hawthorne variant. For 2016 champions, there are 75 9/8s, and there's a total of 91 graded.
Wow.
Then there probably is 300.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's not outrageous.
Yeah.
Not these days. Especially people are definitely getting, like, as soon as you get them 1 in 1,000, you think it's 9/8. Most people are sending them off immediately, not letting them sit around.
Yeah.
Next, we've got some toys showing up. That Digimon Digivice 2 from 1999 Bandai sold for $400. So be on the lookout if you guys have any of those, if you remember those from you were growing up. An 84 G.I. Joe Series 3 Storm Shadow, mint on card, action something greater 80. Sold for just under $2,000. And it looks good. It's nice and bright white. It's got the price tag on it, which I love. I'd rather have the price tag on it.
Who was the buyer? Was it Trial by Gods?
Yeah. And then not all four, just 2 of the NECA 2008 Ninja Turtles, Leo and Mike, sold for $455. So those NECA Turtles are still worth something. Next, a Snake Eyes from '83. It's in a little rough shape, the card is, but such a tough figure for $1,525 on 31 bids. That's version 1 of Snake Eyes right there.
Wow.
And then a Transformers Skylink, new and sealed box. Box has some wear on it, as you can see. Sold for $2,500 on 16 bids. And how about this? A fingerboard sold for $355, you guys. I didn't know that these fingerboards were that collectible and can be this expensive.
They're super popular right now with the kids. They've got a bunch of different companies. I mean, I don't know about the companies, but the different lines. They got tools, you can put them together. I just bought some Marvel comic ones because it had Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider and Spider-Man. But yeah, there's some pretty technical shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the kids in my band play with those.
It's because they're all straight edge and they all have ADD. So
bro,
Adderall.
Keith played me a video. They have these like little fingerboard parks where people are doing tricks and you have to match the tricks. And I was like, are you kidding me, man? And these kids are amazing, doing all these crazy moves on them and stuff, dude.
Like they're playing horse?
Yeah, they're playing horse, yeah. It's crazy,
probably
bro.
skate, right?
I don't know. They didn't look like they could skate. But
I mean, yeah.
How about this? A 1993 Undertaker mail away Hasbro figure. Bag is partially open. Sold for $5,000.
Fuck.
Yeah.
One bid.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Brian, did he start the bidding at 5,000? You think?
No, I think it was probably a buy it now type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hasbro, Pokemon Champion set toy figures sold for over $8,000, 8,500 on 44 bids for those Pokemon figures right there. Then we've got.
I bet you could find those at a yard sale or something, dude.
Exactly. Then we've got a lot of 30 of the Power of the Force 1 coins sold for $4,000, you guys, on 46 bids.
Wow.
Somebody completed their shit. You know what I mean? They're going, I'm going all in. Fuck it.
Yep. Next, a Bakugan, translucent Bakugan figure toy sold for $3,800 on 24 bids. Not even unopened. You guys know I love the music memorabilia. We got a Sonic Youth and Nirvana flyer from Portland in 1990, sold for $150. And then a Nirvana poster from, I can't tell where that's from, Hub East Ballroom. I don't know where that's at.
It's a crack house now.
All ages, February 25th. In 1989, you guys, Nirvana poster. 1989, $2,000.
It's University of Washington.
Okay, that's it. That's crazy, dude.
$4 for a UW student, and that's Washington. I gotta imagine
the W.
ASUW students of University of Washington. Anyway, Seattle
that's
area.
Sick, dude. That is sick.
Ish.
Next, we've got a set list written and signed by Kurt Cobain in London in 1991, sold for $930. This one is really cool, and you guys are going to have to tell me if I'm right on this. A 1996 How Do You Want It single by Tupac with Casey and JoJo.
Dude, I fucking had that,
Isn't
dude.
that the Hit 'Em Up? Isn't that what Hit 'Em Up was on? I swear Hit 'Em Up was on the single.
Nah, Hit 'Em Up was on Death Row's Greatest Hits.
No, but it came out on a single though first, and I think it was that.
I don't think it would have been for that. I don't know. If you're, I'd love for you to be right.
Chat, let us know. Yeah, where did Hit 'Em Up?
Click on it. See what it says on the grader.
Yeah, Death Row's Greatest Hits had a double album, and like one side was basically shitty remixes, but How Do You Want It dropped on that, and then the video was.
All right, let me look it up real quick.
Hit 'Em Up was written and recorded at Can-Am Studios in '96. Tupac Shakur recruited the members of the former group Dramacidal, whom he had worked with previously and was eager to work with again. It says it's a diss track artist. He was released June 4th, '96, West Coast Can-Am
on the
Studios,
B-side of
Los
How Do You
Angeles.
Want It. I told you. First appeared
Death Row Interscope
as a B-side on the single How Do You Want It.
Wow, I did not know. Okay, can I tell you a story about that? It's a quick one about that today. So I'm on one of my, anyway, I got a wide music taste, right? So I'm on one of the Sirius, what's the old school one on Sirius? Anyway, the one that plays the 80s and 90s shit. So they play How Do You Want It? And then so I walk in to change my mom's smoke detector, and I'm talking to my mom, and you know how the last song you hear is like going through your head?
Yeah.
And I remember it distinctly. This is like 4:00 today, right? Like literally 5 hours ago. Going like, it's like, fuck your bitch, you fat motherfucker, right? And I'm walking around, are you really walking around talking to your mom with this shit playing through your head?
Love it.
I love the way you activate your hips and put your ass
I turned
out.
the fucking car off and went inside with this song going, West Side.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Hey, what do you want for dinner, honey?
I remember the first time I heard this. I remember it distinctly.
Not a girl.
It was on this cassette. My buddy came out. He goes, dude, you got to hear this new Tupac song. And he put this cassette, this single, in my tape deck in my car. And we sat there and listened to it for the first time. And I go, fucking Biggie's going to get killed, dude. I'm telling you right now. He's dead, dude. They're going to kill his ass. This was when this song came out. It was one of the most amazing moments of my life, dude. Like, it was such a cool moment just to hear this song back in the 90s when the beef tracks, the diss tracks weren't really out there. Like, there was very few diss tracks in hip-hop, and the only way you could find them were on, like, weird singles or bootlegs, you know? And, dude, it was so crazy that time period in hip-hop and music. And I just remember thinking to myself, Biggie's going to get killed next. You watch. He's dead.
And
Didn't Suge have him killed by the
Pac
Pyrus?
wasn't dead. Pac wasn't dead when that single came out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought he got killed by the Pyrus and Suge was behind it.
When did he die? Are you sure?
I mean, I
100%.
learned it
June
from
4th.
an inside guy about the Pyrus, but I've watched every single documentary, including those movies, City of Lies, and all that stuff. And I've come to the conclusion because the Pyrus in Vegas are a bunch of big Samoan Bloods.
He died
and Suge
September
was a
of
Blood.
'96.
I'm telling you that was out before and then the first single released
June, July, August. It came out 3 months before. It came out 3 months before he died.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was before. But then
I agree. But how crazy is that? 3 months that this came out and he died.
And the single and the video that were released as soon as he died was "I Ain't Mad at You," which was him as a ghost of himself.
Yes,
talking to his homie.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like holy shit. You know,
I remember the "How Do You Want It?"
The letters to Machiavelli.
Yeah,
I'm alive. So he's.
Do you remember the Triple X video that came out?
Fucking of course, dude.
Bro, I had the Playboy channel. They had that shit on there, and I was like, "What? Fucking badass!" Wish I had a cell phone at that time. I would be sending it to my buddies.
Dude, that's such a cool for $162 to have the single graded. It looks like it's graded by AMG, an 8 sealed, and it's got that's where "Hit 'Em Up" came out. That single right there.
Damn, somebody got a steal, bro.
They didn't even put it on.
I've got one with a back picture on eBay, and it's the back picture has the radio edit of "California Love" on the back of that.
But it says right here in the Wikipedia, it says "Hit 'Em Up" appeared at first as a B-side on the single "How Do You Want It" on June 4th, 1996.
I'm looking at.
It was released on a disc on CD.
We got a drama alert going on right now.
Yeah, it says it was released on CD later.
On Death Row's Greatest Hits soundtrack.
Yep.
But I'm looking at, dude. I'm literally looking at multiple pictures of the back of this cassette. Unless it's like they didn't have hidden tracks on the back.
Nah, dog. It's on the single, dog.
It's on the tape single. It also says "California Love." I can look at the CD. I'm gonna look at the CD.
Man, look what this guy gave me the other day, bro.
Hey, if you have, I don't care what you sell on eBay. If you don't put a back picture of whatever you're selling,
I agree. Yeah.
I don't care what it is you're selling.
Go fuck your mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta send you something.
Your
Sean.
balls, show your butthole. All right.
I slept with
Show
this.
that starfish.
I slept with this the first day I got it, bro. I was like,
That's exactly what I did with my Fantastic
did you?
449, Joe. I slept with it.
dude, I've been looking for this book for like you
Really?
don't even know, bro.
Shit, I had to.
Congrats, bro. Nice.
Bro, it was fucking awesome, bro. I gotta send you something badass.
Next is that
so good, man.
Beatles butcher cover without the repaste on it, sold for over $1,000. That's the famous dead baby, or the pulling apart the baby with all the guts and stuff. I like their butchers. Then we've got a Forced Exposure number 5. It's a punk magazine, and it's got Misfits and Glenn Danzig on this one. Sold for $177 on 26 bids. And then check this out. A Beatles autographed page from a, what do they call those back in the day that kids used to have? Like a book of shit.
Etch-a-sketch?
No.
Oh, the autograph books?
Yeah, autograph books.
Yeah.
$15,000 on 53 bids. So.
But it's just that page, huh?
It's a page. Yeah, signed by Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and John Lennon. But check this out, you guys. To me, this is the coolest item out of them all. Somebody paid $315 for a PSA graded ticket of the concert that was supposed to be played the day after Kurt's suicide.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Dude, that went fucking cheap.
Yeah.
I would have paid that.
Fucking A, I would have paid double that.
Says
Why is it
postponed.
unused?
So that's pretty crazy.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It'd be fucked up if it was torn like it was used. That ain't real.
Yeah. All right, next. How about taking a shot at a Brady rookie, one of the best ones, his Upper Deck SP Authentic? You could buy an unopened box. An unopened box of 2,000 SP Authentic sold for $3,000 on 24 bids.
I think that's a good buy.
Yeah. And then a 1980...
Somebody had pulled two Brady's out of one box on a...
SP Authentic?
Yeah.
Wow.
You remember, Aaron? That was like last year?
It wasn't Upper Deck SP. It was like
Bowman.
Yeah, it was like Bowman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
It was
Bowman.
Bowman.
Yeah.
That's right.
1980-81 Topps Basketball. This is the Bird Magic rookie year with the tearaway cards that Chad Cave showed me a handful of them all torn up, including the Bird and Magic.
Oh.
Yeah, an unopened box sold for $14,400.
Crazy.
A CGC graded program from the debut of LeBron James sold for $327. It's graded at
That's
9.2.
cheap.
Yeah.
That's fucking cheap.
That's a good buy.
Right? And then
Bro, that should be $1,000.
Yeah, 9.2 is possible top census also.
Yeah. This is really cool to me because Grant Hill's on the ticket, right? So it makes it more collectible. Grant Hill's NBA debut versus the Lakers in 1994. He's on the ticket on his draft night. Sold for $400. It's PSA 1.5, though. So probably got folds and bends in it and shit.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool, too. So, all right, next we have got a couple more. Starting off with this one. This is Secrets Behind the Comics from 1947 by Stan Lee. Look at this. Graded a 6.0. It looks like it's a little dollar book that they put out. Explains the business of making comic books. Here's the back.
And you keep reprinting them.
Look at that.
Even if they've already been out, you can reprint them.
Yeah. This is cool. I've never seen this. Have you guys ever seen this?
That is awesome, dude. What did that sell for? $300?
$300, dude.
God, you gotta be
No,
kidding,
that's a
dude.
that's a good deal. I don't know this. I don't know the census. There's not a lot of high grade. I think
I've
that.
never
I
seen
honestly think it's a really good buy.
Fuck yeah, that's historic, man.
Yeah. Next, how about a signed Friday the 13th, signed by 11 people? The cast of Friday the 13th signed this book.
Wow.
Yeah, check this out. He's got all the pictures. Come on, what's going on here? Anyway, he's got all the pictures of them signing it, which is smart, including Kane Hodder. Sold for $1,400. 38 bids for a 9.8. That's crazy, dude. Next, how about this? This is a Lobos comic art. It's 11 by 17. He is just amazing, you guys. Look at that, dude. You don't like Lobos, Hood?
I like Lobos, but I don't like anybody trying to copy JSC, bro.
Yeah, dude, I don't think he's copying JSC.
Kind of looks like a JSC.
Looks like
That's
Adam Hughes
Dodson.
to me.
Spider-Man 606.
Adam Hughes.
Yeah.
Mashup. Yeah.
How
So-
dare you, bro?
This sold for $527, you guys. Great buy, whoever bought it.
She got rug burns on her knees.
So was that actually a cover?
I don't know if it was a cover, or if it's just a. It says original comic
Comic art.
11 by 17.
So that's OA?
Yeah.
Is that OA?
Next, we've got, speaking of Adam Hughes. So a lot of people don't know this. Adam Hughes made prints out of a lot of his famous covers when he first made the covers, and he sold them at cons. And back in the day, I bought these instead of the comics. And I don't know if it was the right move or not. And I had them all great. I had them all framed, and they're all museum framed. So I have this one. This is the limited fine print. These are numbered to 250, and I had mine signed and framed. There, you guys can see it's numbered to 250 there, and it's signed at the bottom. But I think this is just as cool, if not cooler, than the actual book itself. Very high quality. Super, super tough to find. Only 250 of them. I have this one. I have the Catwoman 51. I have a couple of Wonder Woman ones. I think I have... Let's see here. I think I have this one, Wonder Woman, right here. Or this one right here. One of the two. But you can see he did these for a lot of his stuff. Be on the lookout for those. They're beautiful. This one's gorgeous. This one only sold for $400. So, next, Avengers number 233, the original page, a John Byrne page. This is sold for $1,800. You can see it's got Thor, Hawkeye. It's pretty cool to get a Thor and a Hawkeye page by John Byrne. Is that himself? But Hawkeye designed this in my spare time if I build a working model and stuff. I wonder if he like printed it himself in there, because it looks like an artist, right? It's interesting. Anyway, $1,800 on 60 bids. This is a really cool pulp right here. Marvel Science Stories #1 from 1938. First Marvel Red Circle Timely Comics. Look at how cool this brain is. In the brain in this. That is awesome right there, dude. Killer cover. I just like that. Sold for $921. Next, we have another Adam Hughes piece. I didn't know about this. This is from Dallas Comic Con in 2004. Adam Hughes, Dan Brereton, Star Wars cover. Yeah, look at this.
I didn't know that existed at all.
Bro, that's badass, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, collectible program book. A 9/8 sold for $475. Here's the other side. It's got Harley.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty. It's probably a decent buy right there.
Yeah. I need.
I mean, I know that I happen to be a Hughes fan, and I'm from that era of Hughes fandom.
Yep.
So to me, I don't know if I'm jaded or not, but that's what's up.
Yeah.
No, that's a good buy.
Yep.
Mama.
Next, Power of the Force action figure mock-up cards. So they made these for toy distributors to take pictures of in their magazines. They're cards, but they don't have the actual figures on them. They printed them on there to look like they're in there.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
All right. And these three sold for $2,600.
Wow.
Yeah. And then finally, I've never seen this. 1984 Voltron gift set. Panache Place. Graded a CAS 80. It sold for $3,200. I've never seen this Voltron before. Includes 5 lines and 14 weapons.
It's pretty cool.
Right?
I'm a Voltron fan, so
yeah.
definitely good.
It's badass, dude. So, here's a video. I love how eBay lets people do video now. Right? That's great. That's good shit. That's smart.
It is. It is. They quit making you do free returns.
So there we go. That sold for $3,200. Very, very cool. A lot of people love the Voltron stuff. And that is the Collectibles Market Report for April 26th. All right. Let's see here. I think that's it. Anybody got anything else?
No, but I think I figured out the Tupac.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, and give me 1 second while I continue trying to figure this out, but I'm almost there. Okay, so do you guys remember? Okay, tell me if I'm right or this first part's from memory. Okay, do you remember there were singles and what I remember them being called maxi singles?
Yep.
So you get the single, which is in the paper, like the graded one that we saw, right? And then you get one song on each side.
Yep.
And then and that shit was like literally $1 or $2.
Yep.
And then they had the maxi singles like $4.99. You get like 2 songs on each side. So it was like $5 or something. So the single for How Do You Want It, the B-side was a version of California Love, for a version of California Love, probably just like a different edit of it or whatever. Now, if I've got this right, the maxi single has How Do You Want It, Cali Love on one side, and Two of America's Most LP version, and Hit 'Em Up on the B-side. So it's not that single little tape that we saw. So that version you saw that was sold doesn't have Hit 'Em Up.
Okay.
And so the maxi single does. There's one on eBay, and I just bought it before I told you this. And for $30, and I don't give a shit. I love Hit 'Em Up, love Tupac, met Tupac one time.
Sold? Was it sealed?
It's an old fucked up one, but it's the only one I could find on eBay.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit because now I have it, and it costs $30.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you're still below the highest ever paid price. I'm looking at Discogs right now for the maxi single. The highest ever paid was $38.45.
So I'm still not the highest. Oh, it's beat up, bro. But guess what? It's mine now.
Nice.
Right, the guy had pictures. So that's the No, it even says maxi cassette single on the cassette. So you're good with that. There's another one on there without the
That's how I first
thing.
heard Slipknot. They were on a single.
Yeah.
So you guys should go to the warehouse. Remember the warehouse?
Yeah, I used to get them. They would give them away free at Zia, the little 2-song singles.
Yeah, there's one that like
one side was mindless self-indulgence, and the other side was Slipknot. And I remember freaking out when I heard Slipknot, going, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
Right?
Yeah.
Iowa.
Yeah.
I love the British one. Like it says, there's a British one that looks perfect, but there's no way. It's like too clean of a reprint looking thing. They don't show enough pictures. The tape looks kind of legit. I don't know. They probably replaced the cassette glass on it, but there's one. It's the Great Britain, so it's $18 and then like $30 to ship it or whatever the fuck. I don't know, but I just got the PC version of that, so it's the maxi single.
That's
Bro.
awesome.
But you know damn well those are so significantly less printed than the $1 or $2 versions that we got back when we were in high school and shit in the 90s.
Right.
Those of us that were in high school in the 90s. That's me.
Yeah.
Bro, Miami just beat Milwaukee, dude, in overtime.
They
Dude.
did 4-1, 8 seed beats a 1 seed 4-1, dude. And Sac just took down fucking Golden State just beat Sacramento.
Hey, a quick story.
Too, right?
Shout out to AOA for the gifted memberships. Congrats to DZ's Comic and Spec for getting that gifted membership.
Thanks, AOA.
Quick story about Slipknot. So I never heard of them or anything else. I think I was like 19 or 20. Maybe I was a little older. Maybe I was 22. I don't remember. But my buddy at the time, I was in a band with him. His name's Dave Peters. I don't know. Have you heard of a band called Throwdown? It's like a hardcore, a bigger hardcore. He sings for that band. We went to Del Taco because we were vegan. That was like the only thing we could eat. and I met him there, and he's like, "Oh my God, you got to hear this fucking song, dude. These guys are incredible." But I only have the single. And when I heard that dun 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 dun, oh my God, I almost shit a fucking brick, man. It was insane. And then when Iowa came out, man, every time I went to the gym, if I wasn't listening to that, I wasn't listening to anything.
Congrats to Dave's Collection for the membership care of AOA, who dropped some more memberships. So remember, you guys, if you guys don't have it set up to get those gifted memberships, click AOA's thing and set it up so you can get those gifted memberships. AOA is always gifting memberships across the community, and the only way to win those is if you have it set up to accept them for free. That's a cool comic, East West with Biggie and Tupac. That's cool.
East of West, that's got to be custom. That's not a fucking
Oh
variant.
yeah, that's
Oh, number 4 was a blank, so I definitely know it was.
yeah. They Astro Wizard did it for me with the Heat with De Niro and Pacino. The
Yeah.
backdrop.
Astro Wizard's great.
cool.
His wife is amazing.
Yeah,
artist.
she drew it for me.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And
man.
that was her sketch rendering right there when I told her how I wanted it.
Yeah, she's unreal.
So she took the movie.
Congrats, Tiger Fett. Another membership, care of AOA. So, all right, you guys. Tomorrow night, the Bogcast. Come hang out with us. We are going to be talking about. Let's see here. What are we going to be talking about? We've got.
When you talk the Kennedy assassination, I'll be on.
You want to come on? You want to hear about the Kennedy assassination?
It's got to be Kennedy. I've read about 18 books on the assassination, so I think I know who did
it. So here's what we're talking about tomorrow. Come hang out with us live, youtube.com/thebogcast or on Rumble. We're also on Rumble. Yeah, AOA continued to give memberships. Thank you, AOA. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about Joey Diaz. Got to go check out the Comedy Mothership for the first time. So we're going to be talking about that. In Austin, we're going to be taking hopefully a trip out there soon, leg included. And go check out the Comedy Mothership as soon as possible. Also, we're going to be talking about a recent rash of cattle mutilations happening, I believe, in Texas.
Really?
Six cattle mutilations recently, and this is a big deal because mainstream news is talking about it as well as the government. And if you guys didn't see James Fox's interview on Joe Rogan Experience talking about the Brazilian Varginha incident, you need to go watch it now. It is one of the best podcasts you will ever see about UFOs and aliens. James Fox on Joe Rogan Experience. It just came out, I think, today. So make sure you guys go check it out. Absolutely amazing. It's one of the cases that we talked about pretty heavy on the Bogcast, where a crash happened and aliens were walking around the streets of Varginha. When they one of them finally got captured, a military man went and picked up the barely alive alien and took it to a hospital. And because he picked him up in his arms without anything being there, he died of some crazy poison within hours. Very famous case. One of the most realistic. I believe 100%. I won't say 100. I'll say 99.9% that this happened the way James Fox tells it. So go check it out. Joe Rogan Experience with James Fox.
Bro, that shit's scary, bro. Talk about that.
I did the last week. Joe had on Joey Diaz and Ric Flair. Just if you didn't realize. Just FYI.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. So,
what he had Ric Flair on?
Yep.
Joe Rogan?
Flair, I didn't listen yet because Diaz was Friday, so I listened to most of Diaz while I was fucking with my house today. And then so Ric Flair's next, and then I'm going with Bryan to James Fox for sure.
Yeah, it's a great episode. So we'll be talking about in
the middle for comedy relief, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that tomorrow night on the Bogcast. Come hang out. And also, you guys, if you haven't yet, go to manscaped.com. Use promo code BOGCAST for 20% off plus free shipping. Score your lawnmower 4.0, your weed whacker, hair and ear hair and nose trimmer, your ball toner, and your crop duster, as well as your Manscaped boxers and promo bag. Your balls will thank you, and you'll save 20% off and get free shipping. Use the promo code BOGCAST. We only need 8 people to use the promo code to get a paid sponsorship by Manscaped. So check it out. All right. Look at Hood.
And it's safe.
Hood even did it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Represent.
And it's safe on your cooch.
Oh my my God. Love you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Adios.
Peace.
Peace.